Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John.
I'm Claire.
This is Betty, a true nerd, and welcome back to Rome Total War. The Seleucid campaign, or to be precise, the Elephant campaign. It's really all about the elephants, to be honest. So, let's get straight back into where we were, which involves me, hang on, clicking a thing. Oh, hang on, no, it involves me doing two things. It involves me doing one thing over here. Right, there we are, the exciting, sexy setup part of all of this. And then it involves me clicking on this, and then on this, and then you also get the music as well. Then you actually get some noise in the background, flipping marvellous. So, welcome back to the Seleucid Empire, which, as you can tell from the fact that it's, if you just look at the minimap, its borders there, and then this bit, and then this bit around here, and that bit, and that bit, and then this bit, and then this bit. Yeah! Not exactly the easiest empire to guard against. We've had a good start. We've managed to get elephants out on the field, albeit they've currently been diverted over towards Salamis. We've also got, decent army guard in Jerusalem. If the Egyptians decide to all clump together, that's fine. We can probably handle that. And then 3 cities down here. Yeah, I couldn't remember off the top of my head whether the Egyptians actually started with Thebes. Unfortunately, they do, and they've already built walls, the cheeky gits. But Alexandria doesn't yet, actually. Alexandria does not have proper walls. Might be a good opportunity to sneak into Alexandria before it gets walls up, because wall fighting, well, I'm basically dependent on phalanxes at the minute. That's not going to work very well.
A couple of people in the chat are saying that this didn't show up in their subfeeds.
I think they might possibly be trolling us.
It was Neo and Thomas.
Damn it all to hell. How many people have we got? I've seen it in a subfeed.
740. It wasn't mine, otherwise I would have told you.
Okay. Okay, we can probably trust Thomas and Neo. Probably, anyway. Right, okay. Well, I've seen it in my subfeed. You've seen it in yours, in our test accounts.
It's, numbers going up, but we're about 800 people watching now.
Okay, we'll see. That's maybe we'll see how it goes. I think that should be. Hopefully that'll be okay. Right, we'll just have to keep an eye on that. I don't think we're going to postpone this at this point because it does appear to be there. Possibly it's just delayed for some people. We will live in hope. We will live in hope on this occasion.
A few people are saying now in the chat that it did show up in their feed.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it's definitely showing up for most people.
Yeah. There are a few people saying not for me, but I think overwhelmingly
it feels like okay.
Showing up or people got notifications. So
bloody YouTube, eh? Right. So yes, welcome back to this campaign where basically what we need to do is we're now at war with Egypt. We're not actually at war with anyone else yet, but the backstab is pretty much inevitable sooner or later. I'm just going to send my spy up towards a good location. Yeah, like this guy. This guy sooner or later is going to decide he wants to head south, and this army is going to attack Hatra. So that's going to be fun when that happens, because Hatra is guarded by peasants. There's one unit of peasants. 240 peasants. And sooner or later, the Armenians will decide they want Hatra. So that's good. Seleucia is a little bit better defended. The growth rate here is pretty darn high. And we're not building much there in terms of troops. So population's going up. Thing to watch out for, of course, is because this is early game and this is the huge unit scale. Every time I train in particular, every time I train the levy pikemen, pikemen are great, and the fact they've got 240 guys is fantastic. But 240 guys means that's basically every time I train 4 of them, that's 1,000 people drained out of the population of my cities. Those people aren't paying taxes anymore. Those people aren't helping my cities grow anymore. This is why poor old Jerusalem is down to 800 people already, despite actually being a flipping large town. I've basically drained it to pretty much nothing. So that's why life's a little bit on the difficult side there. So we probably need to get, these troops out of Salamis as soon as possible. Salamis just needs to basically have peasants shipped over there from somewhere. Possibly Antioch. Antioch at least is growing fast, and I wouldn't mind. Actually, Antioch's a minor city. Minimum threshold 6,000. And it's already down to 4,800. Like, I wasn't really paying attention to this in the first part, but I really need to start keeping an eye on the populations. Otherwise, I'm just going to drain all my cities dry, and economically, we're going to be screwed. People of Pontus, for the time being, just chilling out over here. That's fine. Do I have a... Oh, where's a spy training facility? I think I've got a... I must have trained this spy from somewhere. I sent a spy up here. Did I get a spy in? Or maybe that was my... I think that might have been my starting spy, actually. I'm not sure I've got a single place that can train spies, which is a concern, because I need a place to train a spy at some point. Markets are... Yeah, markets are tier 2. So any of my large towns can handle it. That's a governor's villa. Okay, I'll probably get a trader. Actually, I might need to get a port next. Yeah, port next, then the trader, then the market. So it's still somewhere for being able to train my own spies. So I'd like to have a spy around here keeping an eye on Pontus. That's not going to happen right now. Ah, yes, of course. And we do actually have a decent army here ready to move in on Halicarnassus, which works for me. And Sardis is literally can't do a thing. If I can get this group of peasants into here, then I can break them apart. That's another 240 people introduced into Sardis' population. Then they'll be at small town. Then they can actually have a port, which would be good. But I suspect these rebels, unfortunately, are going to attack the peasants, and that will be bad. Ooh, this could all go very, very friendly. Basically, there's not much I can do in the north or the east of the Empire right now. Broadly, I just have to probably just see how hard I can push the Egyptians. Though actually what I'm thinking is probably this boat wants to come round here. I don't know where the Egyptian fleet is. There's a boat. Is this just a boat too? It would be dangerous to go sailing around with just a single boat when the Egyptians also have a boat on the field. Might get a... No, I'm just training flipping levy pikemen. Oh, I can train spies here. Ah, I inherited a market from the Egyptians at Sidon. Well, that's bloody good. And Sidon's population's just been... Actually, Sidon's population needs to be drained. Sidon's population is too high. Screw it. We'll just keep training levy pikemen there. It'll be 100% absolutely fine. But yeah, in particular, this was... Yeah, I'm already repairing all of that. This force needs to be brought back to the mainland as quickly as possible. For some repairing, and oh blimey, yeah, this is going to be a bit on the tricky side. That's 141 to... No, don't merge those guys. That'd be a waste. I'll just merge you two instead. Fine. Then I've got 17 and 90. I've got most of an army ready to go here. Most of an army, but it will still be... I'd love to get this army, just basically move it down and do just a surprise attack on Alexandria, because they're clearly forming up their armies over here to attack Jerusalem. So I can get down there and slam into Alexandria and actually kill their faction leader, which would be kind of fun. But to do that, I'm going to need a slightly larger fleet. So Antioch's busy training elephants, which is exactly the right thing to do. Tarsus can't train that. Sidon needs to be just training troops, just to... It's the best place to train Liffey pikemen. Fine, we might have to... Hold up. Actually, Jerusalem could do that. Jerusalem could do that, albeit that's another 80 men, but 80 is better than 160. Poor Jerusalem's population. I feel sorry for Jerusalem's population. Right, I think actually that's pretty much all we can do this turn, so in which case I'll just end this turn here, and we'll see what the AA does, but that's pretty much caught us up to where we need to be. Egypt's moving some troops around there. Oh, they've got more of a fleet than me. Yeah, it would be too dangerous to attempt a naval invasion while they've got more ships than me. They're also, I think, just sending some troops. Trader us some map information. Yeah, sure, I'll take map information. Oh, that's useful. Look at all that. They've got little diplomats or spies all over the place. Now I have that information too. Nice. Now that I've done that, I will sell you map information. I'd have swapped it, but alright, fine. You know what? I'll sell you some map information. See if they'll go for 1,000, given I have the information for quite a few factions they might not have yet. And nice, generous and fair. Very, very good indeed.
How is that fair?
Huh?
I get that maybe they're saying it's generous, but it's definitely not fair. Didn't they just give you
They
that
just-
for free now?
Because their map information is garbage. They don't have much map information. I've just given them map information pertaining to the Egyptians and the Parthians and the Armenians and the people of Pontus. I've saved him a lot of legwork. It's very, very fair indeed, I would say. Now, sadly, this is in the days before non-aggression pacts existed. That was introduced later in Total War's history. Would I potentially want an alliance with the Greeks? Like, it probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. If they'd take it, yeah, because me and them aren't really going to be fighting over territory for some time. I'm going to just see if they'll go for an alliance. No, not to their benefit right now. They don't want to get pulled into the war against Egypt. Understandable. And other than that, we've also just got ourselves, 23-year-old, which is nice. This is just a betrothed for a woman in the family, but I'm not having a drill master in the family. Not very good. Right, well, I'll just go over my notifications. Claire, what have you got to say for us today?
Yeah, we've got a lot of discussion of elephants in the chat. Shout out to a Bubble who gave us $2 and said, I was told there would be elephants. And Zycoria, who gave us $25 and said, "Heart your face, bring on the elephants."
Elephants right here, waiting to go, damn it.
Yeah. And also,
More elephants over here too. More elephants.
Ooh.
There's elephants. There's elephants all over the shop now.
also there was a lot of talk about the Antiochuses. Bob Boblington, wanted to know which Antiochus we are on right now.
Well, we've killed Antiochus the first. We're kind of waiting for Antiochus the second shop. I mean, right now it's Aristarchus. I just don't believe he's just, he's not very good at spelling. He's just misspelt Antiochus.
Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah.
I'd like to believe that's true. Yes, do we even have... Hang on, I'm going to go over to my military forces here. We've got a Neoptolemus, we've got Achilles' son here, and we've got an Alexander, and we've got Cletus the Slack-jawed yokel. We do not actually have, at this exact moment in time, a single Antiochus, which is quite frankly just weird for the Seleucids, but whatever, historical inaccuracy. I think we've also just got a kid who's just come of age there. 16 years old, and actually pretty good. Understanding of logistics, +1 morale and movement points up. Positive, +1 morale, +1 influence. Even-handed, +1 law. Philosophically inclined, +1 management, 100% cost to bribe.
Also a magnificent beard.
Also really big beard for a 16-year-old kid. Yeah, that's pretty good. So as this guy is actually 46, and he's already good enough on his own, I might just move his stuff down onto the kid just to increase that, because this is just plus influence stuff. He's got plenty of influence by himself, so I'm going to move his stuff onwards. So basically, his 16th birthday present is an exotic slave, for which that is the portrait. So
well, that's great.
He's gonna have a good birthday. He's gonna have a good birthday, and there's a biographer nearby who's gonna record all the details, which is the last thing you want when you're 60. You've just been given your first sexy exotic slave, to have basically an old guy with a kind of a notebook just making notes about how it went. You don't want someone making notes about your first time, do you? You don't want it to end up in the Res Gestae Divi Augustus. Like, you don't expect that in, like, the end of the first chapter of the Res Gestae. Also, Augustus' first time was kind of short and awkward for everyone involved. You just don't want that to be recorded at all. Oh, well, never mind. Right, what else have you got for us, Claire?
Sorry. Shout out to Try Matthews, who gave us $20 and said, "John, I'm sorry I can't stay for the entire stream, but I look forward to watching it later. Please take this $20 and do something useful with it."
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, we will buy Tabby food, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got some more Latin from Yannick, who gave us $2 and said, "Hey, John and Claire, time 2, presumably that's time 2, that's the second one down over there. Auribus teneo lupum?" So one of that is wolf, is it?
Lupum could be. Auribus from Aurus gold, teneo hold. I'm not 100% sure what that's trying to render, actually. I recognise the words, but I'm not 100% sure on what it's trying to render. I can only see it in the corner of my eye because it's over on the screen over to the one side of me because it's kind of on your screen, not on mine. My screen is Rome Total War, would you believe? How's this army, by the way? This army's not in good shape. And we're down to 3 bloody... Okay, I'm just going to break them apart because that's just filling empty space in the army. You merge into you. The thing is, we've got... Okay, there's an Egyptian force here, but that's not great. I wouldn't mind heading in this direction, but I kind of feel like I don't want to necessarily take these guys on the open field. But, on the other hand, I've got many levy pikemen ready to go here. So, with additional levy pikemen, including some with upgraded weapons, and Sidon happy without those troops, our faction is probably pretty good now that he's actually... Oh, he's up to untouched by fear and Victor, which is nice. So he's doing pretty well, all things considered. Let's move him out with what we can in terms of an army here. So, big pile of phalanxes, okay? Do we need to buy any? No, we don't need any of that. So we've got a decent number of levy pikemen. We've got a decent number of sporting spearmen, and we've also got ourselves a good number of skirmishers at the front door. It's an okay army, and this army is, though this army is numerous, I suspect it's really badly damaged, because if you just kind of zoom in, you can always tell, because you can just look at how full up the banner is for their real idea of their strength. It actually worked way better in the earlier stage of Total War. Like, one of the things I've noticed about Warhammer Total War is, if you play it, like, the banners seem to have very, very limited, like, relation to how strong the actual army within it is, which is kind of weird. Right, I'm having a little look around here. Yeah, the cities actually seem relatively unguarded. If I could just get a handful of troops over then we might actually be in good shape. So if I just... Now, this is a risk. This is a risk, because if they decide to attack... Actually, if they... Hang on, with force here. Just click on that. No, not that. The ship. Look how there's a ship. There it is, I got it. Right, that ship can't make it over there. Okay, I'm going to take the risk on this one, even though this is a little bit on the risky side. Probably what I'll do is I'll actually bring these guys to Sidon, which will be the safest place for them. Actually, that's probably safest anyway. Right, Neoptolemus, you definitely need to get out of there, even though you are incredibly boring. We'll leave behind... We'll just leave behind some really limited numbers of that. Oh, they didn't like that one bit. Right, let's just lower the tax rate. This place needs to grow anyway, so that's fine. Can you make it over to... Yeah, you can make it over to Sidon straight away. That's safest. Over at Sidon, I'll retrain these lads. So forget that just for the time being. Train, and then... Has Sidon also got... Ah, Sidon's got a blacksmith. If Sidon's got a blacksmith, I should probably actually just get a Shrine to Phaistos. Then I could get level 2 weapons going on really quickly. So, we've got land clearance half done already. I'll let that finish for the time being. But, ooh, chariots too. That'd be nice. Right, retrain all these guys, because that's done instantaneously. And then screw it, let's actually get some chariots in production here, because chariots are fun, even though they take 2 turns to produce. Because, actually, the upkeep on them is pretty low, and they are just kind of fun. Though, bear in mind, they're also kind of... They're of limited use right now, because there's so many phalanxes around. If we get over towards Rome at some point, then that'll be better. Also, we saw in the announcements, Gaul has attacked Germany. Terrible decision by Gaul there, because if Gaul attacks Germany, then sooner or later the Julii will attack them back again, so yeah, it's not going to end well. So we've got ourselves just a very quick look at some stuff here. We know what's going on. Unsurprisingly, the Romans hold Italy. Not too surprising. No sign of siege on either side on Sicily so far, and a pretty good view as to what's going on here. Ah, the Macedonians have made it over to Athens really quickly this game, actually. That's impressively early, in fact. That's really damn good. Oh, and this guy did not get attacked. Oh, bloody hell, he's trapped. He's still trapped by multifunction, so he still can't make it over here, which is very annoying. These guys, where would these guys be going if not waging war against me? Unless they're trying to cut around here to the... Okay, hopefully they're just going over the river. I really hope these guys are just going over the river. What have I got? I've got nothing guarding Ancyra, to be honest. Okay, I might want to just quickly put a... Yeah, I'm just going to put a port down. It's the safest thing to do. But I'm also just going to get one more phalanx in there. But this is hurting the population. But Tarsus' population is okay, at least for the time being. And I'm pretty glad that we can get this fleet together into a fleet of 2, which should work alright. We've got a decent force here. Jerusalem is... I'm going to lower the tax rate. This place needs to grow regardless, so it's fine. And that means we can just move another 3 phalanxes out of Jerusalem, including, you know, I'll take the Eastern Mercenaries, just for the sake of having something that's not a phalanx as a bit of extra support. This army can start marching south and hopefully mop up some Egyptian forces on the way before we actually get down there. And then I can move this fleet round here, and that might be able to give this fleet a bit of a jump over towards Alexandria if I'm lucky. But I'm worried by this. This is the real problem. Achaemenes over here... The Parthian is just in my territory for no well-explained reason. And I don't know why he's doing that. Okay, they've taken Arabia, which means at this point, unless they start... Well, they could expand over towards in this direction, but they're kind of running out of rebel territory to take, because I'm kind of losing the race to rebel territory. Normally, like at the beginning of the game, you always rush to the rebel territories. I'm not, and that's purely because I'm kind of busy fighting Egypt, because I want to knock Egypt out before anyone else backstabs me. But it's leaving a lot of my territories vulnerable. Armenians are not moving south yet, that's fine, I've still got eyes on them. Parthians now actually have, luckily, a surprisingly decent rebel army standing in the way, so hopefully that will soften them up a bit. Seleucia is well guarded, and next turn, actually if I just lower this, 3.5%, no hang on, 3%. Yeah, okay, 3% on a normal tax rate. That should knock them over, ready to go up to a city next turn. Then I can set up some actual walls. Though whether that's a good idea for me or not, I'm not actually sure. Salamis is completely out of stuff it can build. Sardis is exactly the flipping same. This force can head over to Halicarnassus and just build all the rams in the world. So that we can definitely go into and grab next turn. Getting what is arguably even probably the most useless of all of the ancient wonders. Because, yeah... that's construction times down by 20% if it actually has a build time of 5 turns. It's going to be a while before I have a single building with that 5 turns on it. So, Right, Clay, get us caught up. Well, let's have a further little glance at what's going on around here in Egypt.
Yeah, shout out to Caleb, who gave us $5 Canadian.
Best dollars.
And said, John, please stop teasing us with this series and then skipping on it. Not skipping on it, we're doing it now.
It's literally happening now, and it's going to be back in 2 weeks as well. It's going to be back on the every other week at this point. It was a rare one-off because of Life is Strange. It was a very rare one-off there.
Shout out to Roman Progress, who gave us $12 and also sent us a bunch of elephant emojis.
Nice.
Which was very cute. And shout out to Joe, who gave us £10, said, hello, John and Claire, I love watching your videos, and then this is the first I've been able to properly watch. Keep up the good work. And have you thought of an Overlord series?
Not so much, to be honest. I don't have much experience with the with any of that franchise, so it's kind of... It may happen at one day as a one-off, but it doesn't strike me as a likely series anytime soon, to be perfectly honest, I'm afraid.
Just as a quick update, Yannick got back to us about the Latin that he sent earlier, said it roughly translates to grab the wolf by the ears, a popular Roman saying, which means the same thing as grab the tiger by the tail.
Ah, I'm actually terrible at Latin idioms. I barely know any Latin idioms, you know.
I think I really like idioms and like slang and stuff like that. I find that super interesting in terms of linguistics. Also, Bobtron had a question, wanted to know what version of Excel you're going to be showing us your expert skills in on Monday.
Just standard 2007 like home edition or something. It's just completely bog standard, but anything I do will be repeatable in any version, don't worry. In fact,
I'm pretty sure it's 2016 because you got it
16.
Off my
Yeah,
computer
16.
whatever.
But actually, in all fairness, like if you are using 13, I think 13 is superior. 16 added some stuff that made Excel a bit more accessible for newbies, but kind of took away some of the more interesting stuff you could do instead. So in all fairness, like if you're using 13, everything I show you will be absolutely doable in 13, and I believe 10 as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I would say it's mostly the limitation isn't the software, but like how good you are at spreadsheets, because it's quite complex.
But I think everything we're doing should be eminently manageable. I think that should be fine. Don't you worry.
All right. We have the subscription. We have like an annual subscription to the Office package, so whatever the latest update of that is.
Yeah.
Richard the Fourth asked, could we get a stream of Civilization 6 with the new update one day? Religious victory with the Cult of Claire.
I've heard of the new religious thing. Actually, I was playing Civ 6 again recently. I was mentioning this on Twitter. Like, my problem with Civ 6 is I find that the mid-game really drags. Like, the medieval and Renaissance periods just drag unless you're, like, fighting wars. Like, if you don't want to go for a big domination victory and you're more interested in doing, like, science and tech and something, like, it doesn't really... I find it's just not particularly fun in that era at all. Like, I really enjoy the early game where you're just kind of going around and exploring and finding stuff and you're just kind of just uncovering the map. I love the end game where it's massive sprawling cities kind of nestled against each other and big, more interesting tactical weaponry. But I find the mid game really, really dull. And I don't think they've got a real solution to that yet, to be honest. Like, say, Stellaris deals with that problem with things like Leviathans and now kind of coming in like the mid-game crisis, like the AI rebellions now been worked to be like a mid-game crisis thing. But I just find like, I just feel like I struggle with the mid-game of Civ 6. So I played it a bit recently and I found I didn't have a great time with it. So I think you're more likely to see a little bit more Stellaris before you see a little bit more Civ 6. And Thrace has attacked Macedon, which is good. The Greeks are keeping each other busy, staying out of my way. Works for me.
Also, DF in the chat wanted to know if you have seen the adverts for the TV show Bromans.
I have. I've kept meaning to catch it on like catch-up TV. I haven't like been able to bear to do it yet because it's either going to be amazing or terrible. I'm not sure which it's going to be. Probably a little bit of both, actually. Yes.
I mean, you like shows that are amazing but also terrible.
I
think
do.
We should make some time to watch it.
I think we should watch at least. If I do, I'll live tweet it.
Yeah.
If you're following me on Twitter, you're in for a treat. 'Cause at some point, we will live tweet Bromans, and it will probably make me very sad and very angry. Oh dear, it's going to be amazingly bad. Probably. Oh, I think we know what his target is. I think the Parthians are going to attack me, and they've just said, you know what, screw this whole Seleucid thing. They're going for Hatra. I think, okay, the Parthians are going to be the first ones to backstab me. Now, if they do that, that might work. Because they'll take Hatra, we'll put up a valiant defense and do a lot of damage to them, because it feels like they've got a lot of, say, slingers going on here. So we might actually be able to do better than you'd expect on the defense. We might well lose, but Seleucid's forces, Susa, is actually basically unguarded right now. We might be able to get in there and take an actual minor city off them, while they're just taking a crappy little... No, it's technically a large town. Yeah, let's just get a few... I've already got some more stuff in production there. Just one more will do for the time being, because... Yeah, let's not waste the population. There's no need to spend the population. And land clearance is done. Right, land clearance is done here. So at Sidon, I'm going to go for Hephaestus. Because we inherited a blacksmith. Wait, no we didn't. Apparently I built it myself. Why did I build that? I don't know why I chose to prioritize a blacksmith. Maybe I just really wanted to build chariots, and that's fine, because now I've built chariots. So life is just flipping good at this point. And chariots are considered... Oh, no, sorry, it's only half built. I can't remember whether chariots are considered cavalry, if I recall correctly. They are considered heavy cavalry. So I think they've got cavalry movement ranges, but I can't actually remember off the top of my head. Right, so we've got a decent force here. These guys have... Oh, yeah. The Egyptians are putting together a strike force. They're putting together a strike force to try and take me out. That's fine. There's a small force down here who I can go and try and snipe off a bit now. I still don't have any archers, and they have not taken this province yet. Okay. I'm just going to swing down here, take out this guy, because this is a family member, but I can't quite get to him this turn, unfortunately. Fine, that's a family member, pretty young. We can probably just snipe him off. This is one Egyptian fleet here. Can we get to... I'm just going to merge these two fleets. Yeah, now I've got a fleet there. They've put Jerusalem under siege with their navy. So the Egyptians are kind of showing off why Egyptians are kind of terrifying, which is they've got, even though I've taken so many cities off them, I've taken Salamis off them, taken Sidon, I've taken Jerusalem, they're down to 3 cities, they're still fielding, and I've won some big victories against them too, they're still fielding big, quite scary armies, and they just start off with such a big tech advantage, because they start off with Memphis, and they've got city barracks there as well, so they've got flipping desert axemen on the field whenever they want to. They've got superior cavalry to me. If they can just get up to Nile spearmen, they've got superior phalanxes to me. They're better in every way, but it's better I deal with them now than the late game. Sardis has probably got a spy inside it, and that's why Sardis is a bit unhappy. Still, unfortunately, unable to get that. In fact, actually, now this person's completely bloody irrelevant, because Sardis is now going to pass over into 2,000 next turn anyway. So I kind of may as well just break this person down, because the extra population at Tarsus would probably be more worthwhile. So screw it. This plan didn't work out. Well, there we are. A few more taxpayers. And we've got... This rebel guy might actually work to my advantage, because now he's kind of blocking up the path. They can't get to Tarsus this turn, even if they wanted to. And I think at this point, like, we're rapidly heading into everyone dog piles on... the Seleucids mode. Like, from the first part, you might have looked at this series and just thought, well, this doesn't seem that hard. John has just built an army and taken 3 cities off the Egyptians. Ha-he-ha-he-ha. Clearly, he has completely misstated how difficult the campaign is. No. Because I knew the moment was going to come when basically everyone dogpiles you at once. And it looks like the Armenians are going to be late to the party, but it feels like pretty much simultaneously, the Parthians are now moving on Hatra, the people of Pontus want to move on Tarsus, and... the Greeks have 2 big forces nearby, so they're not making a move yet, but it looks like Pontus and Parthia are making their move. It doesn't surprise me they're the first to backstab me. They very often do, because Pontus has straight away taken Bithynia and Galatia, meaning they now don't have anywhere to expand aside from into Sardis, into the Greeks, over into the mountains, which they don't seem to like doing, to be honest, because that's, yeah, there's no actual rebel settlements up here. It's just straight over to the Armenians. Or they attack the Seleucids, who very often have the least well-guarded cities and... excuse me. And also conveniently happen to be extremely close by. So they very often do that. Antioch, what's the state of Antioch right now? Ah, yes, I'm building an archery range at Antioch. So soon, Cletus the Slack-jawed Joker will be able to start issuing actual cavalry to support. Now, we've got actual elephants ready to go here. I should probably start building some actual Greek cavalry. It's terrible, but at least it's proper cavalry that's got a charge bonus on it. Speaking of which, deploy the elephants south. The elephants need to go and rendezvous with the other armies. So, yeah, with a bit of cav support, that'll be alright. These guys down here. This guy might swing around here, but if he joins up with my paved roads, he'll be very close by to Jerusalem, but he can't quite make it there yet. Yeah, I feel like that's probably the best we can do. I mean, the one advantage we've got is we've got loads of money. Because Seleucid start off with big cities and lots of cities and high populations, you've got a good tax take, which is nice, especially as you can smash into a few things pretty quickly. So you've got a good income, but I'd say you need to be spending it, but if you spend it, you're draining your cities dry. Are you ready to go? Oh, yeah, you're ready to go at this point. Fine. Let's just head in here. Right, I've got a battle line to draw up, and also, who am I taking on here? I'm taking on... Yeah, as I remember, these guys are mercenary heavy. So they've got Rhodian slingers and Cretan archers. I just need to basically take out their Cretan archers. Ideally not with mine. Perfect world, their Cretan archers will be towards the back and we can avoid them. Because I'd rather not have to waste my Cretan archers being under fire from other Cretans. I'd rather take those guys out with, say, slingers even. And then actually I don't have any slingers, so probably I'm not going to be able to take them out with slingers. But I could take them out with peltas, that'd be fine. And then I can use my own Cretans on their hoplites. Because they've brought real hoplites to battle. So they've got superior hoplites to me. And that can do a lot of damage in city streets. So, let's get down to Halicarnassus. We should be able to win this, but the trick is going to be minimising casualties. While we're loading and I'm just laying out my battle line, Claire, what have you got for us today?
We've got another message from Anthony, our regular contributor who's a runner and a cosplayer.
Ah, yes.
Gave us $5 and said, I'm listening while getting ready for a party. I will never complain about how long it takes girls to get ready. Again, Jupiter Star Power Makeup. I have plans for like Halloweeny makeup of my own, and I feel you that it takes forever. Shout out also to Seraph, who gave us $2 and wanted to know, what does influence do for the non-Roman factions?
It just provides benefits to cities you're in terms of public order. It's the public order bonus one.
Yeah, and also Sir Roderick Quintley von Thunderbottom, the magnificent Viking of Australia, who I thought was in here today, because usually he is like the first in the chat. But he gave us $5 Australian and said, "What's wrong with me? I almost forgot the stream was on. Luckily, my game crashed at the right time. What have I missed so far?" I think you've not missed all that much from when you sent that message. We haven't seen elephants in action yet.
No, sorry, there's no elephants out this side of the Empire. This is close by to Sardis. This is in Asia Minor, so we have no elephants here. By the way, did we ever have confirmation on? Did like anyone else kind of flag to us? Oh, the sub. It wasn't in my sub feed.
Yeah. So a couple of people have come back to say that it updated and warned them once the video went live.
Okay.
So it showed up in
okay. How many people do we have? Just because that might give us a warning that some people are still not seeing it.
1,600. 1,600 people.
That seems fine then, doesn't it?
Fine.
That seems about right.
Yeah.
Right, let's just get all of the rams forward. Let's just make as many breaches as possible. Right here. Now, where are the Cretans? There's rebels, hoplites. Ah! Hoplites, peltasts. Are the Cretans. Wait, where are the Cretans? Need to locate the Cretans, because those guys are the concern. There they are. Render, that's Rhodian slingers. You're not the Cretans. Does anyone see the Cretans? The Cretans are presumably... Yep, there they are. There's the Cretan archers. Right, there we are. Who knows? Maybe baby Vatinius is in there somewhere. Just thinking, blimey, it's fun being a mercenary over here in Asia Minor. I'm sure nothing important's going to happen in my life. But who knows? Who flipping knows baby Vatinius? And someone's already taking a little bit of light damage, just a light tap from a tower. Nothing too major over there. I think the slingers have just got to go in. Right, I'm going to slowly and gently bring my own Cretans up here and... Okay, did you go for a different... You go for that wall. Right, you go for this wall. Thank you very much. Is there only one wall there? Oh, sorry, I thought there was double. I thought there was a double wall there. Apparently, there's not a double wall there. Right, in that case, probably you guys just head over here, and you guys probably head over here. There are less spots. I thought this wall was divided in two, which is a more recent Total Wars. I'm playing too many Total War games at the moment. I'm getting confused between them. Right, okay. You guys just get forward into a position. You might be able to land some lucky shots against some Rhodian slingers or what have you. Peltas, sorry, that's peasants over there. Peltas over on this side might be able to get a couple of good hits in. You guys are probably going to struggle to actually get a proper line of sight. I'm not sure you guys are... Yeah, you guys are not reloading right now. Good. No sign of the... Yeah, the Cretans are... Oh, the Cretans are reloading, but I suspect they've not got a shot. What are you guys shooting at, if anything? Oh, they've got a shot at something. And the shot is going for these lads. Ah, okay. That's probably a concern. That's fine. Okay, so we've got number 1 down. And you guys are probably in a position to start going for... Yeah, you guys have got a shot at something. Just a little bit further forward. I think if you're just a tiny bit further forward, you'll be able to land a shot on these guys. You know what? You guys, get your spears down, please. Don't you taking shots from... Actually, you know, it's fine if you take the odd shot from the Rhodians. So the Rhodians... sorry, not the Rhodians. The Cretans are taking shots with flaming arrows on my side. This should be fine. So you guys just take some shots over there. Walls just falling apart. Counterfire coming from inside the city. You guys reload. How are we doing? Let's just check you've got a good shot here with arrow cam. Everyone loves arrow cam. Everyone loves arrow cam whenever you're ready to fire. One with arrow cam. There we go. Right, you guys are indeed... Yeah, getting some good shots in at their big main phalanxes there. That works for me. Right, time to start luring them over. That's Hoplites just kind of wandering over here. Now, can I get myself a... Actually, Peltasts. Don't know what you guys are doing, to be honest. Right, Peltasts, get over here. Quick as you like, get into this sort of a position. Skirmish mode's already off, that's fine. And then once you're there, I'm going to just see if I can use... Yeah, let's just get you guys over here, ready to just start walking in. You guys, spears down. Peasants seem to be in a position to move into the town at this point. If they can, that'd be marvellous. We might just be able to get them round to the Cretan archers. They won't do a great job, but they will at least be able to buy us some time. And this will just basically throw off their defences, because we've got a breach right here. This works for me. These guys are taking some nasty damage from something. I think it's the Cretans, actually. Right, you guys, get it round there. Let's just get the Cretans pinned just to stop them firing. So at this point, it feels like they're... Yeah, they're not being able to achieve much at that moment in time. We can shoot these hoplites in the rear, please. You guys, get up here and block up the front of the street. You guys, get over here and just start walking into this town, you two. Peasants now moving in that direction. These guys are idle. Nothing major's taking shots at us right now, and my... Oh yeah, those hoplites have fallen from 120 to 79 since I last looked at them. My Cretans are doing beautiful work, and here we go. Cretan archers, pretty much on their own. My peasants won't be able to win that fight, but they'll be able to hold them still for the time being. There's some flippin' Rhodian slingers. I've got myself... What do I want to take a shot at, if anything? No. Let's just go for... Can you get a shot at these guys? Are you actually getting some javelins in? Just... Screw it, just go after these guys. It's Peltas and... we're not in a good position for this. You guys are backing off over in this way. Right, you guys, draw up in this sort of an angle, please. And if you can, out of hoplite mode, and then... Oh, yeah, we've got good support coming in back here. These guys are just managing to hold in the phalanx just a little bit. They're struggling slightly, but they'll do. And they're steady. These guys are now just being pushed back by a combination of spears and supporting fire off the Cretans. Meanwhile, my peasants have broken immediately, because of course they flipping have. Luckily, the Cretans are now pursuing, which has knocked them out of the actual, you know, which has knocked them out of the whole bow game situation. These guys are a little bit on the screwed side. You, right, okay. Spears down, over to here. These guys are going to be screwed momentarily. Time to move up my own Cretan archers, I would say. Peltasts. You know what, Peltasts, why don't you get over there? Just see if you can just, yeah, melee against the Cretan archers, please, because they're just determined to be handling this on foot without actually using their bows, which is nice. Those guys are now as good as screwed. You guys, get over here and just get a phalanx into the Cretans. If you can, that'd be marvellous. What's left over here? 1 unit of militia hoplites. That's fine. Hoplites versus hoplites will work for me. You guys, get over here, quick as you can, please, and then get your spears down once you're done. Back up over here, just guarding the front gate, just to be sure. In comes... do I want to bother doing this? I just kind of want these guys to not be firing. Actually, if they're pinned in melee, would you mind just firing over there, please? I want my Cretans to complete this battle without actually taking a knock. Perfect world. We've got more coming in over here. This is an interesting battle. This is a fun tactical one. There's more hoplites coming in over there. But those ones are now damaged. Let's just quickly get you guys drawn over here. You guys in position? Yeah. Get your spears down. Everything's in good shape. You guys just fire over in that direction. So now we're just firing. Yep, they're broken. Good. And that means now we can turn our fire straight over to these hoplites. And these hoplites will collapse momentarily. Good. This is starting to settle pretty nicely. Claire, get us caught up. I think we're in a fairly quiet lull now. We've taken a good position in the town.
Sorry.
No, Claire's dying. Claire's dying.
Sorry,
Never
I'm
mind.
dying.
Claire's just dying. It's fine.
I was trying to do it quietly.
And here we are. Hoplites coming in. Shaken. Fire coming in on their shield arms, which means... Oh, that's still bad, though. That's still bad. These guys are doing beautifully. Right, okay. What else have we got back there? There's... Wait, what the... How did you get past... Oh, no, that's my guys. Right, I was about to say, how did you get past my guys? That's because these belong to me. Because I'm like, die quieter.
I'm sorry. I'm trying, but then people are saying funny things in the chat as well.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Someone in the chat.
You need to be a team player, Claire.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
What are these guys? Oh, these guys are taking knocks from something. Ah, it's the surviving Rhodian slingers just basically pelting them from the front. That's annoying. There's some peltas over here. Okay. Yeah, the problem is my shield is sort of silvery and theirs is grey. So they look quite similar at a flipping glance. These guys are just going to have to take a little bit of pelting for the time being. And these guys have irritating decided not to come forward. Fine. If Rhodian slingers want to come forward, I can get the range on them with my archers. Perfect world. I'm nearly in range already. In fact, screw it. Let's just bring my... It's time to bring my Cretans inside the town. So bring them up. Bring you forward in this direction. You can probably just be around here. In fact, actually, you know what? You get around here and just try and snipe these guys off. Claire's either laughing or dying. I don't know which it is. It's hard to tell.
It's both.
Excellent. What's going on in the chat? Tell us.
The chat is paying its respect to my death with a lot of Fs. Yeah. So Zycoria in the chat wanted to know what are fans of Miniature Nerd called, and various answers.
Well, they're many a true nerd. That's always been my answer.
Yeah.
The fans of Many a True Nerd are Many a True Nerd because I'm not Many a True Nerd. I've been very clear on that. Every single video ever
Come on, Mania.
has begun with I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd. Like, you are Many a True Nerd. All of you. That's how it's always been.
Yeah, I know. But the first kind of laugh dying I did was Georgia replied all caps elephant lovers. Mm-hmm. That's our name as fans.
Excellent. I approve of that. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and then the second one was someone quoted you saying die quieter, which set me off again, just to be contrary a little bit.
Okay. I think we're ready to... Cretans in position. We're ready to actually begin firing on these guys. Back into beautiful, beautiful arrow cam. And there we are. We're following the adventure of this arrow. There's the adventure of... Oh, and they've... Okay, they're facing away from us. Oh, that was a really bad idea. It was a really bad idea for you to be not facing in the right direction. No, 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 no. They just basically... they gave it... Oh! And in come some peltas who have decided to run straight into us, and they've decided against it. Yeah, they've decided they don't want to do that after all. Right, okay. In fact, actually, you know what? Let's just have... No, you're actually out of missiles, right? You just get over here. If they've decided they want to run forward, surprisingly quickly, actually. And good, they've got the actual spears down now. At this point, we'll just basically shoot them a bit. Oh, yeah. They've made a stupid mistake. They've decided they want to go for these here peltasts. So in which case, we'll go for... I think actually one of my Cretan archers shot one of my other Cretan archers at this point. Very, very tragically indeed. And now these guys are just going to be shot in the... My guys are broken, but in all fairness, they're probably going to break immediately too. Screw it, we've lost one unit to Peltas, so I was hoping they might be able to hold a little bit longer. But, oh, that's the general's unit, fine. So it's unsurprising that kind of held out a little bit longer than I was expecting there. But that's fine. There's also some more Peltas over there. One of you go there. One of you just keep shooting these guys, please. The Cretans are almost out of flipping ammo at this point. In fact, actually, they're completely out of ammo. So probably you guys just get out of there, and you guys just fire up here. This unit will waver momentarily and totally give up. We've just managed to get these peltas out of the way. They'll just be knackered. What's left, actually, on the blast? There's one... Ooh, they've saved the best for last. They've got one unit of actual flipping... Okay, hang on. Stop, stop, stop. Save, like, a couple of rounds of ammunition for those guys, because they've saved the best for flipping last. Also, get the peasants back inside. They might be able to help out with this momentarily. Right, I think we're under control. Yep, there we go. He's broken. Now, what's actually flipping left at this point? We've got some Cretan archers that have got basically probably one arrow shot left, but I've got a whole bunch of other indirect fire, which will probably be what I need to use to take out these final hoplites, just to minimize casualties, because that's pretty much, I think, all you've You've got it at this point. Actually, no! There's flipping just Rhodians right flipping here. They've just probably been knackering these guys all flipping day. Marvellous. Right, okay, well, maybe just go and take care of them. In fact, you know what? Though I'm nervous about sending in my general after, you know, the fate of Antiochus I, maybe, taking out, say, 32 shaken Rhodian slingers is an acceptable usage of general's cavalry. I think that's probably pretty safe. Right, you guys, there's peltasts here. Maybe just start moving forward, that's fine. And let's also just start in the rear, just bringing up everything else I've got that's actually got themselves some indirect fire on it. So we can stuff everything around here. Lovely. All of you guys, skirmish mode off, fire at will off, start running. Lovely. That should work out pretty nicely. And then in comes... those guys broke immediately. You better be at the back. The general... Keep him at the back. Keep the general at the back, please. Keep him nice and safe. And then just... Yep, just stab these guys a bit. He's not at the back enough, to be honest, but I think they've broken, so it's fine. Yeah, you know what? I think we're happy with that. Let's just keep the general nice and safely out of the way, though. Nice and safely out of the way. There's still a couple of peltasts. They're exhausted. They're probably out of ammunition by this point, to be honest. What?
Shout out to Lack of a Better Idea, who illustrated his username by sending us fan art that he made of you and an elephant in commemoration for last time.
That's better. I thought that sentence was about to go in flagrante. So this sentence has gone better than I thought it would. Oh dear, I spoke too soon.
It's an elephant holding a John egg, saying, "Was that good for you?"
I don't want to know. Okay, I'm scared and confused. I'm not sure I want to know.
Well,
oh dear.
The little tiny MATN egg, which is, you know, an egg with MATN on its face and a tiny linen shirt.
Yeah.
Has a speech bubble saying the horror. I think I can see some broken eggs and condoms.
Oh,
in the background.
what? Blimey. Well.
Anyway.
This stream started off dark.
Look.
Blimey, heck, Claire.
Wait, it's not my fault. I didn't make the thing.
Oh, dear, oh, flipping dear. Right, what else have we got on here? Okay, good. I should be able to get a shot at some of these guys just with the slingers. Slingers have got a fairly narrow throwing arc, but it should be fine for them to hit this guy, I would imagine. Yeah, these guys just coming up to this guy, and as you can see at this point, Peltas just basically running into a phalanx, and they're, like, the odd one's getting past, but to be honest, they'll break almost immediately. And then unfortunately, the Peltas have kind of thrown off the formation of these guys. These guys are struggling to get their spears down. So there's a bit of a spear-on-spear fight going on, but we're definitely doing better out of it because we're the actual more prepared phalanx right now. So that's fine. So in which case, let's just have the Rhodian Slinger. I'm just going to follow the projectiles just to make sure the projectiles are actually going over the heads. Yeah, projectiles are definitely going over the top of my guy and hitting those guys. Hoplites just went down from... Actually, they barely lost anything there, but that's fine. There's a lot of these rocks coming in. These guys aren't that strong, but just look at... I mean, Hoplites are tough. Hoplites are flipping tough and meaty. So even though we've got a lot... I mean, they're only down to 145. That's... One of them was into the side, into the flank. This is the 4th round of missile fire, and they're still at 144. So they're probably going to go toe-to-toe with my militia hoplites and win right now, but that's fine, because if they do... In fact, actually, I should probably fall back, but it's a bit late. Okay, just run back faster. Run back flipping faster. Alright, seriously, back away. Now, you guys come round here if you can. Oh, no, they were smart enough not to walk into the kill zone. I was trying to lay out a kill zone for them. But sadly, they didn't go for it. There's still 141 hoplites there, so they might go for it. Let's just see if we can just lure them in a little bit around here. You guys just get around here ready to move in. Yeah, we might be able to lure in the hoplites, actually. We're just kind of, if we just kind of keep putting them under fire. I want them to kind of come into the plaza, because then my actual 2 mercenary peltas can just get them in the flank when they come in. But either they now come forward into the trap, or they retreat, in which case we can get them in the back, and that works much better. Because right now they're outside of phalanx, and they keep turning around. So you'll notice, yeah, their numbers are now going down way faster. Like, the first 4 volleys took out, like, 5 guys. Now they're losing way more than that, which is beautiful. They're running into trouble now. Right, okay. You, start falling backwards. You, start falling backwards, please. And if we can, you guys, prepare. No, no, no. No, that's the opposite of what I just told you to do. That's right, that's more like it. Running away, that's more the thing. Right, now these guys are backing off. So in which case, screw it actually. If you can, everyone just take a shot at them. You can't get a shot anymore. Your position's weird at the moment. Okay, let's just get you round here. And the Cretans have managed to use their last round of arrows to actually hit these guys. The bed, I think they actually bloody missed. That's fine. If we're very lucky, these guys might actually... Maybe I'll just kind of use 1 unit, actually. 1 unit there. Actually, if you guys have got a shot, just take it. Let's speed this up. I think at this point we've kind of got them on the ropes, which is good. You guys just fall back to this sort of a position. And momentarily, you'll come into range if they want to just kind of come just 1 more. A little bit further. A little bit further. And this will be enough to break them. They're shaken already. And prepare for it. Good enough. Right, and now my mercenary Peltas move into fire at will mode. And this will do so much flipping damage to them. They will break immediately. In fact, actually, you guys are now... Yep, and now we hit them in the back. Actually, they've done the unexpected here, which is they've turned over in that direction. So they're actually moving towards my mercenary Peltas, and then I'm just going to move a phalanx over to their flank. They'll very briefly make touch with me, but... they'll break almost immediately. Like, hoplites are tough, but they're not that tough. They're not like invincible Superman tough. So that's fine. The hoplites are now taken care of. You can just sling at them in the back. These guys fall back. These guys are charging forward like nobody's flipping business. Chill out, guys. And now we can basically just push forward with our militia hoplites and win the fight. Beautiful. We've kind of done our objective there. Our objective there was not like, you know, we were always going to be able to win. I wanted to win with minimal casualties. Even though we were going up against, you know, hoplites and Cretan archers. And we've lost 10% of our army, which was vastly inferior to the actual unit standard of what I was taking on. So I'm really happy with that. There's only 2% what's left. I'm just going to move my guys forward, and we're basically just going to, yeah, move phalanxes in, and that will be 100% fine. There's militia hoplites wandering off in this direction. I'm just going to make sure, yeah, my general's safe, because I'm worried they're kind of vaguely heading towards him extremely slowly. Should all be fine, though. Lovely. Yeah, they're coming back at this point. Now it's just straight up one-on-one. Those guys are just breaking. If these guys want to come around the corner at me, they're welcome to give it a go. And the answer is... yep, and we've done some good damage to them. Let's just get my guys over to here with really stupid phalanx that makes no sense. We've killed their leader. Beautiful. He wasn't a real general. He was just a random unit. Right, forward just a little bit. They've actually still got peltasts. So now we're just, yep, down to 3. Now I'm just going to move them forward just step by step onto the plaza. And now they are going to... now we're kind of stuck. Bit of a stalemate going on here. Bit of an interesting phalanx on phalanx stalemate. I like it when phalanxes occasionally just get stuck on each other. That does sometimes just happen. Right. Okay. As that's the case, why don't you guys just kind of... just actually one of you. We probably don't need both. Actually, screw it. Just push into these guys if you can. And now they've completely ruined it, because now they're not phalanxing anymore. Phalanxes don't turn well. But now hopefully we can spike these guys to death. There goes one. And actually apparently there's another one over there. Oh no, there's still 2. There's still 2. We got back up again, damn it. That guy is probably not going to survive too much longer. This guy is holding the line admirably from being repeatedly stabbed. Okay, you're not doing a good job stabbing him, to be honest. Oh, you guys did actually show up. Sorry, I thought I'd told you not to bother. That's fine. Get around the back, get around the back, get around the back. Probably you shouldn't actually, like, you know, sling. You'll probably do more damage than you're actually, of course. There he goes. I think that's probably... no, he hasn't flipping died. Bloody hell, hoplites are tough sometimes. Just someone stab this one guy. Stab him with... there you go. Job done. Job done, I think. Wait. Yep, there we are. Job done. Beautiful. Pretty happy with that. Lovely. And Shrine to Athena will be knocking that down, unfortunately. We don't need one of them. Yeah, very happy with that. 1,000 guys deployed. And they only managed to get 200 kills. We're still very much a combat-ready force. Which is good, because the people upon us are probably going to attack me in about 2 minutes' time. Claire, what have we missed?
King William the Conqueror, sorry, in chat says, kill the Roman things, yes, yes! Which made me laugh.
I think we're a little bit, Is that your Skaven voice, by the way?
I don't. I get maybe. Was it really bad?
It was interesting. Actually, I'm not sure. Like, I think part of the problem is.
Ladies.
I was about to say, I'm not sure there's a single Skaven lady in the entirety of Warhammer 2. Are there Skaven ladies?
Look, I love me some Warhammer fantasy.
There are a lot of.
It's
There are
really terrible at having ladies in it. All right. Which is why I love Dark Elves when I was more into it.
Their Dark Elf assassins in Warhammer 2 are ludicrously good.
Yeah, some good.
They are so good.
Also shout out to Mr. Ghost who gave us $5 and said, John, what if you migrated your entire population into Antioch to rush to a large city to get your events a bit sooner? Could you even do that?
Yeah, because if you just built tons of peasants, you could basically, you could force population up really stupid fast. It's not a terrible idea, to be honest, but part of the problem would be just timing and money. But I mean, like, Antioch's got so much stuff it could already build that would be worth having. Like, Archer Range is only 50% done. City Barracks will give me Phalanx Pikemen, which are really good. Shipwright will give me tons of money, and money's good. I like money. So there's loads of stuff already I haven't built. So I could do, but like there's so much stuff I could be building that's already would be really useful just at level 3. So I don't consider it like the highest priority in the world. And these guys are still being retrained. We've got a ton of extra. Yeah, we've got a ton of additional forces here. I don't want to see the art. Alright?
Derpy Sweet in the chat says, oh, trust me, according to the fan art, there are women in this game. But he has thankfully not in fact shared it with us. Ooh, the music is apparently too loud, John.
The music for the Mausoleum was too loud. It's way louder than the rest of the game. That'll be what they're saying.
It's just the chat's just caught up with that now. So.
Yeah, it'll be what they're talking about is for some reason, even though you set the music level at a particular level, when you open up the little cutscenes when you capture a wonder, it plays by different volume rules, which is really weird. But that's just how it works. Right, what else have we got around here? Okay, we already know about the Thrace, obviously. And Thrace is almost certainly attacking Bylazora or something around there. So that's fine. And no one's taken Crete yet. Crete would be fun to take if I could, but it's not a priority. I mean, if you can get it upgraded, it's a beast of a town. Halicarnassus, what do we need to build here? I can repair the wall. I can retrain. I can literally retrain peasants, and that's it. You know, I'm gonna leave those peasants here. Those peasants helped. They get to stay here. Damn it. Population's at a decent and impressive 1,800. So that's gonna hit large town pretty soon. As soon as it hits a large town, then we'll be in good shape. Then I can build a port. Halicarnassus has got some good stuff going on. It's got pottery and textiles and whatever. Let's just get some roads in production right now. That's probably useful. Okay, so everyone else back to Sardis, like, as quickly as possible, with the exception of the peasants who are going to mine Halicarnassus. You can't quite make it there. That's a shame, because now I can't actually, get these guys retrained, or rather, I can't get the phalanxes retrained. But hopefully it's mainly the phalanxes that took the brunt of the beating. Actually, the Peltas did as well. That's a shame, because I don't have a practice range here, and I'm not going to for a little while. So those Peltas have been a bit knocked around. But actually, I've got plenty of indirect fire off the back of all my mercenaries, because the mercenary army's over on this side. I'd love to take Rhodes, by the way. I'm sure people are saying, hey, John, you should just nip across the water and get Rhodes. One, Rhodes is relatively well guarded, as you can see there. Healthy number of phalanxes. Two, right now I'm not overly dependent on sea trade. It becomes bigger and bigger as the game goes on. Right now it's not a major thing, so I'm better off just kind of waiting. And also, when the House of the Scipiones attacks Syracuse, very often Greece will respond by shipping armies over there. So if I'm lucky, they will at some point send a boat over to Rhodes, and this army will just be shipped away, and then Rhodes will be way easier to take. So that strikes me as the more sensible way of doing things. So Sardis will be next turn up to, we can just put that up to very high. Sardis is fine already there. We've had, oh yeah, of course, we had a second guy up here because we had this guy who we actually purchased, I believe. So we got this guy there as well. So we've got 2 generals here. So if I run into trouble, I can actually send a general out on patrol and take a city or 2 off the people of Pontus. Tarsus is just Tarsus. Tarsus is just going to have to wait. Antioch is training additional cavalry, having trained elephants previously, because we could have done some proper cavalry. Sidon's getting, that's getting that up. Jerusalem, it just needs to, Jerusalem needs to build something. Jerusalem needs, what's the growth rate in Jerusalem? Jerusalem's growth rate is pretty good, but could be better. It's not exactly a major settlement of production for me right now. I'm just going to go for Asclepius. Asclepius is a good place there. Damascus is still building its roads, but it's almost done. Hatra's almost built roads as well, so well done. We're basically now just encouraging the flipping Parthians, and we're building defence there. And Seleucia is on its way to level 3 settlements. And we've also got that additional guy there, who potentially, you know what? I'm going to train just a handful of extra troops in. Now we're over 6,000, because it would not hurt to just have just a handful of extra troops. We can send the little kid over to Susa, take a big city of the actual Parthians. That's, I think actually that's just a large town by the looks of it. If it's a city, they haven't bothered building walls, and whatever went down to Arabia is going to be miles out of the way. So that's hopefully fine. So now the big question is where the Egyptians move, because, like, you know, this is early in the game for turns this complex. Like, the Seleucid campaign is a complicated campaign. You have to spend a lot of time thinking very carefully about it, but let's see what happens next. So the Egyptians are moving, unsurprisingly, they're moving up towards me, but their big army has not really moved. Armenians moving, there's that big force, good, we still know where that is. The Greek cities are trying to spy on Sardis, unsurprisingly. They'll probably come and backstab me, but I'll see them coming because I've got watchtowers set up. We do actually have, we've got ourselves, another guy up here. 22, untouched by fear, Covenant Commander, welcome to the family. Are you in Sardis as well? We don't need 3 guys in Sardis. That's too many people. Right, especially if that's the one bit of the Empire that's probably not actually going, like, you know, on crazy war stuff right now. Diplomatic information. House of Judah has attacked Gaul. Unsurprisingly, Gaul and Britain allies on this occasion. Good, that's a good alliance for them, but they are still at war with Germany, so I'm not sure it's going to work out well for them. Right, let's get this guy out of the way quickly, because we do still have... and Petra's there. Could go and get Petra. It's a bit out of the way, and it would give me an additional border with... No, I'd rather leave Petra and just get my army moving back up towards, you know, civilization as soon as possible. Right, before we go and wrap up this guy, that's the marriage celebrations. That's just what we've recruited. Construction's looking good. I like the fact Tarsus has got a port now. That's going to make a lot more money. Population's still growing well. Remind me, how much are those mines making? Only 200. They're just bog standard mines. Fine, I was hoping there might be something special. What else have we got here? Tarsus is currently... it's because the guys up there. Maybe I should get Trader going just so I can train some spies. What else is Tarsus going to do right now? Probably... You know what? I've got the money. I'm just going to go for the mines. The mines are... If you can afford mines, go for mines. And the Parthians are absolutely attacking Hatra next turn. That is just a thing that's happening. Hatra, meanwhile, has nothing of note. And the problem is we haven't got any... Actually, are we close enough we can see him? No, we still can't see what he's doing. So I don't know what that army is, but my best bet is basically I might be able to hold out just by placing phalanxes sensibly and hoping they throw away a large amount of troops into phalanxes. What's my best bet? Wooden walls? Honestly, not much. It'll give me a bit more time to hold out. Might have an opportunity to get someone over to them. If I could get militia barracks up, that'd be great. Asclepius is just growth rate. I mean, it would be a shame to lose Hatra now, because actually I was about to say it's almost 2,000. It's already a flipping large town. Whatever. If I can get practice range up, stables, militia cavalry, practice range for peltasts, or levy pikemen. No, get levy pikemen if I can. I'm just going to get militia barracks in there. We'll see. If they are about to attack us, just keep training new troops around here. Just keep those new troops coming in. There's probably some mercenaries sitting around outside. I'm just going to let this guy step outside for a second. We got mercenaries? Just one unit of Eastern flipping spearmen. Not great. I'm just going to put another flipping watchtower up there, just to kind of keep this guy moving around. I shouldn't have done that. If I hadn't done that, it would probably have been more likely to go to that one over there. Now I'll just probably actually put him straight in my way. Oh, we've got another guy come of age here. So we've got... Oh, that's why we've got 3 people at Sardis. And a 4th out... There's 4 people at Sardis.
Keep it in your pants, whoever's at Sardis.
Dear, oh dear. There's...
Why do we have 4 people at Sardis?
Someone was just married into the family there.
Yeah.
Someone else came of age there. The general that was starting there is still there. And then we also hired a rebel leader over in that direction. So he's Heartless Ruler, which gets bad, but is okay for now. Untouched by Fear is good. Minion is bad. So he's alright, but not spectacular. Probably the best thing we can do is send 2 of these guys with a small defensive force over towards Tarsus, because we could do with more generals over in the east than over here. We definitely don't need flipping 4 anyway. So, right. Everyone in here. Now, Who wants to stay here? We've got a guy who's good at breaking walls. You're a skilled bureaucrat. So, Alexander, you should probably stay here. You two are just generic, kind of decent quality commanders. And you're both young. So, you two, step outside. But I'm sending you with a defensive force, even though that will slow you down, unfortunately, just because I'm concerned about the possibility of an attack by the people of Pontus. And, by the way, there are more mercenaries. Ooh, Thracian mercenaries. You can have some Thracians. Thracians are good. Right. You guys can have yourselves just a good, solid number of just, yeah, you can just have some 3 units of, yeah, we can just train more hoplites, they'll be fine. 3 units of hoplites, and also you can have 1 unit of mercenary peltasts, 1 Rhodian slinger, sure. That's good enough to just kind of, you know, scare off the people of Pontus, hopefully. It's a decent enough force, and Sardis is ready for a large town, which is a relief. And also I can retrain those guys, putting it straight back under 2,000, but screw it, it's already got it underway, so there's no backsies in that regard. Beautiful. Salamis is not ready for anything yet. Antioch is still just training cavalry. Sidon has got, oh, it's the first of the chariots. The chariots are ready to go. Nice. So we've now got chariots and elephants, supported by cavalry, just kind of thundering south as quick as they can move. That's beautiful. This guy can now, that's presumably just a confirmation of, yeah, town expanding for Sardis. And Greek cities, agent detected, fine, so we took out him. Lovely. Right, let's just clear out this guy nice and quick. Claire, get us caught up while I'm just quickly clearing out one of these laddies.
Yeah, shout out to Thomas Richter, who gave us 50 Brazilian reals and said, I can't watch right now. I've got to work this weekend on the town's flower fair. Best wishes for all you guys.
That sounds like a fun thing to work on, a flower fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least pretty.
Yeah.
Also, Bubble gave us $2.
Claire doesn't understand these things because she's a city girl. She's just a city girl. Something from Detroit. She took a midnight train going anywhere.
Just a small town boy.
From Illinois.
South Detroit. Oh my god.
Illinois.
No. Oh my god.
He took the 4:05 train because it was more convenient. Ian. Why is she travelling at midnight? Wouldn't it be better to go during the day? Irresponsible for her safety. Those lines aren't safe.
Oh my god.
I like my version better.
Keep your slut-shaming version and don't get the words wrong. Alright.
The chat appreciated that. The chat appreciated.
No, the chat is saying, stop singing, save it for the end. No, my ears are bleeding. Please stop believing. The skater was enough.
Please stop believing. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that was Dionysus of Babylon.
I like, please stop believing.
So someone is saying, seriously, John, leave it at Skater Boy. This, obviously, Don't Stop Believing It is one of our karaoke songs that we do sometimes when we go to karaoke. I recall one time specifically when we tried to put on Skater Boy and the lyrics weren't working.
The lyrics weren't working. I was like, I don't need them. I do not need them. Stand back, lads. I got this.
John was like, no.
This is my moment. This is what I've been preparing for all these years. I can also do the entirety of It's Complicated without lyrics, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Mm-hmm. I notice how Claire isn't saying, so you should probably do that.
Shout out to Fat Luke, who gave us $2 and said $2 to never sing again.
Aww.
There you go.
Aww.
Yeah,
I'm sad now.
Aw, come on. They love it, really.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Bubble, who gave us $2, and as I was going to say earlier, sent us a bunch of elephant emojis and said hype.
Nice.
And also to Joseph, who gave us $10 and said, hey John, I love Rome 1. I hope you eventually play Total War Empire / Napoleon. Those two have the best technology and diplomacy system.
Empire is such an interesting one. I will at some point cover Empire, because I think Empire gets a really bad rep, because it's like, it's the joke one. It's the one people, people like treat as the butt of the jokes. Like, it's always like, oh, it's the bad one, it's the terrible one. I hate Empire so much. But like, even though it had some big problems in it, like, it's arguably one of the most interesting Total Wars they ever made, because like the leap from Medieval 2 to Empire, all the new stuff they added in was so fascinating. Like the technology system that they added in was really a massive step up. And naval combat, fine, it didn't work, and they subsequently decided they didn't like it. It kind of got taken out of Total War pretty much in entirety. But it was interesting, and it was brave, and it was different, and the economic system was kind of fascinating too. That was just kind of, you know, and kind of having colonies and shipping raw goods back to your capital and then selling them from the capital onwards, and the trade network and looting trade networks with ships that were actually on the right spot. There was just so many good ideas. I really hope Empire 2 Total War is like vaguely what they're thinking of at some point. I would love to see Empire 2 Total War, where they basically take the modern, more refined battle systems and just cut out the whole navy thing, and just actually make it work again. Like, I can see why it would be... Oh, right, hang on. Slow it down. Someone's there, someone's freaking out here. They're just charging forward. Why are you charging forward? Okay, everyone just kind of draw up, because they've got stupid ideas. Okay, they've stopped. Do they have bows, by the way? Are they just heavy chariots, or are they bow users? I see a bow, but they don't seem to be shooting them even right now, suggesting they're not long-range bowmen. Okay, let's just move towards them. I think we've got something close enough to a high ground at this point. I can start just basically advancing. Not sure whether they're actually... I like how, by the way, they do knock over their own guys. They never kill them, but they do just kind of completely flatten their own guys on the way past, which is quite good. Right, okay. Let's just start slowly moving forward here, and if we can just get the high ground, we'll be in good shape. And I'm willing to accept a bit of a knock to my Peltas if it just gets the general close by to this wall of spears, because these levy pikemen will just melt them. Yeah, they've definitely got bows. Not long-range bows, interestingly. Right, everyone just round into position, please, as soon as you can. Everyone moving into... Yeah, everyone's broadly in position right now. I think they're moving up on us. But actually, my Peltas might actually have a flipping shot momentarily, which would be nice. Not quite. Okay. Everyone just move a little bit further forward. Not quite there. Not quite there. That'll do. Right. Everyone run forward a little bit. And all of you, I'm just going to have them on skirmish mode off, just to make sure they do actually stand and fight as far as they are able to. Right. Now you guys are over there. There we are. So now my guys should have a bunch of... Yeah, there we go. Now we should have a bunch of attacks ready to go in. I've got loads more ranged than they have. I can actually hit the chariots. Chariots don't do desperately well against skirmishers, so the chariots might well lose a bit of the strength as well. These skirmishers are going to start taking a bit of damage. If they are trying to... No, they're not trying to flank right now. They're just trying to stay out of range. But, oh, that's a lot of flippy. Yeah, the chariots are starting to go down fast. Like, chariots are not a good general's unit. Like, it kind of really does screw over Egypt. And Britain too, but Britain not so much, because there's not that many phalanxes in that part of the world. But like, this part of the world is full of skirmishers and phalanxes from the real early game. And Egypt's just stuck with these general units that are massively weak to skirmishers and phalanxes. It just doesn't work out well for them. It's quite frankly it's not fair. Like they're just desperately waiting. I mean, they've got an amazing army with that one exception, the fact they're completely screwed by that. Right, I'm just going to send one unit of militia hoplites in this direction. We're taking some light knocks from some skirmishers. But actually, you know what, I'm going to pull these guys out of phalanx mode and just have them run in, because they can take these guys on if need be, especially if they're already going to be unhappy and they've already taken a few knocks. Let's just send you around there. I'd rather not send in the actual general's bodyguard if I can avoid it. Those guys are just fleeing. The general's bodyguard is... Oh! I think we just knacked the actual leader. So they're out of there. And this is the exact right moment to just charge forward. Because at this point, yeah, they're not happy about all of that. Let's just chase you guys off. If anyone's got any flipping ammunition left, just a little bit further forward. Let's just get over towards that guy, please. And just kind of pelt them. Oh, no, they're already moving forward by themselves. Right, stop. Anyone's got anything left? Toss it in. Good job. They're not sure where they want to go, which means it's the exact right moment. Those are flipping gnarl spearmen as well. Right, just get these guys round the outside. Just get ready to start flanking, please. Anyone got any ammo spare? Anyone at all? No? Maybe? Get you over there. Just kind of toss in the final few bits and pieces. You've managed to get on top of these guys by the looks of it. You'll be able to chase off them, hopefully. Well, probably. Phalanxes outside of phalanxes aren't actually very good, so we'll have to see about that. Right, you guys just stop there. Now you should be able to get in the back. Just get in the flipping back of them, please. I'd rather just kind of keep my phalanxes nice and safe and secure. You guys are ready to just toss in. Yeah, tossing some stuff at the rear. Lovely. You guys just get over here, please. Just kind of move over in this direction. Yeah, they're interestingly, they're not interested in... They're in a very odd position right now. Okay, no. Hold it. Hold it. Don't get too close. Don't get too close. Also, you're throwing at their shield side, which is a little bit inconvenient. How about you... You guys are... These guys are almost in a corner already. That's fine. Just chase them down. I'm just going to lose a few militia hoplites, but nothing major. Finish off the last of these guys. Okay. So, we just need to basically surround these guys at this point. So, screw it. Everyone out of your positions, please. Out of your phalanxes. Just get into a better position over here. And over here. And let's just start slowly surrounding these guys. No. Don't you try and escape, thank you. Just get these guys totally flipping surrounded. Very nice indeed. And you can get out of there. You can get into this position, in fact. No, not that position, not that position. This position is fine. Right, get into this position. You guys get back there. You guys get into position and then get your spears down as soon as possible, please. Stop. And then spears. And quick as you can, please. And you guys just get into the rear of them. And now they don't want to anymore. And now spears down. And now we just basically sandwich them. And those guys will probably break momentarily. You guys just actually stop. If they want to come in this direction, you guys just stop and form a defensive line. And there we are, bracing. And now these guys are just going to go into the back. And just to avoid problems, I'm just going to pull these guys off to one side. Because otherwise, phalanxes will interrupt each other. So I'm just going to bring these guys around the sides here, and then we'll just completely have boxed them in. So you guys just get round there as quick as you can, please. So these are superior spearmen. Like, unquestionably, these are superior spearmen. But even superior spearmen, it takes them a bit of time just to actually properly loop up. So you guys just over here now. Yep, into this position. But now these guys are going to be stabbed in the back, so just get in there as quick as you can. Right. And spears down, and into the side of them. They're already wavering, and that's the thing. Like, just look, at the moment they get hit in the back, they went down from, like, 80 to 20 in seconds. If you can just, like, box in a phalanx, even a super... That's it, they're dead. And that was a superior force. That was unquestionably the superior force on the field. These guys are wavering. I'm just going to send my general down to go and chase these guys off. While that's happening, Claire, get us caught up if there's anything to say.
Yeah, definitely. Jaslyn sent us $5 and said, I watched your Life is Strange stream, and that woman was definitely not my mom.
That woman was definitely not my mom. Except someone points out, I missed the obvious. I missed the joke there. I just thought it was funny because that woman is definitely not my mom was on screen. It was on screen after it had been revealed that woman was her mom.
Oh yeah, I thought that was part of the joke.
No, I was totally oblivious. I just thought it was really funny. There was text on screen. I missed the actual funny bit of the joke, which was it was only on screen after we'd already confirmed it was. Yeah, so that was good.
Anyway, Jasmine says I laughed the entire time. Thanks for a lovely 4 hours.
It was a good stream. I enjoyed that stream. Loads of people did that really cynical because some people are just like, oh, I hate Life is Strange. I can't believe you play Life is Strange. It's a game. It's a game for girls with emotions and lesbians. And I only like manly things like football and grunting. But yeah, like
it was a good story.
It's a fun game. It's a fun game, damn it. And this could be risky. There's too many Egyptian fleets, and we need more fleet firepower before we do anything else there. Additional flipping fleets. And then we've got ourselves... No, that's my forces. That's fine. You get over there and join up with this force. Right, we've got a load of cavalry support coming in, including elephants ×2, militia cavalry, and scythe chariots. So, this fight, when these guys decide they want to do this, we've got a lot of firepower ready to throw at them, damn it. So, potentially, yeah, there's been a bit of damage to some of the actual phalanxes, so those guys might want to fall back to make room for a bit more space for... Yeah, make room for a bit more space for actual cavalry, because we're a little bit... Yeah, we might be okay. Actually, you know what? Just send 4 units of reinforcing levy pikemen down with upgraded... I shouldn't have done that! I could have retrained those guys right now for silver weapons. Oh, never mind. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Actually, no, I couldn't have done because those weapons are heavy, so I couldn't have done. It's only the militia guys that can be retrained. So, okay, I didn't just screw up. It's okay. It's under control. I know what I'm doing, probably. As for Antioch, yeah, the archery range is almost done, as indeed are more cavalry. Hatra's training more militia hoplites, and they are about to be attacked by Parthia. There is, to my mind, no doubt that's what Parthia is doing at this point. If so, I've got the army ready to basically counterattack into Susa immediately. In fact, I should probably get it moving, like, now. But actually, I don't want to scare them off. I'd rather not scare them off. If I just kind of move my force around here, taking literally everything that I've got, with the exception of the actual other general units, I'm just going to put him over to here, and I'm going to slap down another watchtower, just for the sake of safety. Susa is, yeah, it's got walls, but with only 2 units in it, we should be fine. And Seleucid is going to need a tax cut to offset that. Ouch, that does hurt. Right, just keep training more units for the time being. And if that guy gets out of the way, thanks to the paved roads, we should be alright. There could be a massive force of Parthians coming from the south, from Arabia. I don't know how much they sent down there. I don't think they sent much. So hopefully that should be fine. This force is ready to reunite with the cavalry and then also reinforcements from the levy pikemen. So this should be, once all these 3 forces come together, we can build one hell of an army out of that. Jerusalem just needs to grow. So I'm just going to give Jerusalem an upgraded Temple of Asclepius. Damascus has paved roads now and is growing at a decent rate. I'm just going to give them a market, so I've got another place I can train spies. If I want more spies, I want to have more spies. Antioch could do with training some more. Just generic cavalry wouldn't be the worst idea. You know what? I might actually, in fact, what I probably should have done is I probably should have sent something north. I'm going to send this one force here north because I might want to send a relief force over to Hatra. It's possible that, depending on what this force is, because I can't see it yet, it might be weak enough that the forces of Tarsus, Antioch, Sidon, and Damascus together could handle it. So I'm just going to train more units. Basically, I'm just going to do what I said at the beginning of the stream I shouldn't do, and I'm just going to pump a handful more units. Because with some proper cavalry, some weapon upgraded militia hoplites, we might be able to do this. Might being a big, big operative word there. It's questionable. I'm just going to get these hoplites around here to Antioch and lower the tax rate in Tarsus because I want that place to grow faster anyway. Yeah, actually I shouldn't do that. That's just begging the flipping people of Pontus to attack, but we'll have to make do. And no offense, this force is coming in. This could be a force. Actually, it's never going to get to Hatra in time. I can dream, though. I can flipping dream. Okay, we need, because the Egyptians have pulled their fleets together, I need a 3rd boat before I start attacking their navy. So, the siege is lifted on Jerusalem for now at least, but the problem is, if Salamis comes under attack, that could be a concern, but I can see where their boats are for the time being. It's under control. What I really need is at some point I need to just train some peasants and ship them over to Salamis, because 4 units of peasants over in Salamis, broken down there, would give us what we need. Halicarnassus has its roads. Let's just focus on making it grow. 4% a turn right now, that's just shy of... Yeah, even if I put it to a low tax rate, 4.5% on 1900 shouldn't quite hit 2000. So I may as well keep it on normal and spend the 2 turns getting land clearance sorted out, because that'll work out better. Am I retraining it? Yeah, I'm already retraining at Sardis. That's fine. And I don't want to build anything else there because Sardis also wants to be got up as quickly as possible. That's a Parthian diplomat coming speaking to the Greeks. Macedonian Navy, you're not shipping anything? No, good. Just a fleet, no army on board. That's probably all we can do this turn. Bit concerned what the Egyptians might do next. But in all fairness, I think the Egyptians are the least of our worries right now. I think we can handle that Egyptian army. The bigger problem is the Parthian issue. Let's see what they decide to do. And... Carthage comes have a chat. Parthians are coming to speak to me. What are you doing? Yeah, there's the attack. The dogpiling has begun, but not from Pontus. And Claire, where did the Armenian army go? Where's the giant Armenian army? Yes. We've lost the giant army. I'm just going to check it's not heading south. Is it heading south? Is it? It doesn't seem to be. I don't think it is. We've lost... There's an army around here, but it's not the biggest. Okay, so the attack has begun. Oh, blimey. Literally all of the diplomacy in the world just happened. Spain's allied with the Julii. Everyone, all the Romans have attacked Macedon, and they've also attacked Gaul. So that's interesting. The House of the Brutii, I think, are now at war with Macedon, but not Greece. So suggesting they possibly decided to skip the whole kind of going after... yeah, they didn't go after Termon. They went for... down to Macedonian? Like down to Corinth? Or possibly like into Larissa? Not under siege, not under siege, not under siege. They couldn't be going... They could have gone straight through the mountains for the capital. That would be ballsy as hell for the Brutii, but... they could have done. It's possible. Let me just double check I didn't miss that earlier. Diplomacy... how did you go? Yeah, interesting. So this is a game where actually the House of the Brutii have entered up a war with Macedon, not the Greek cities, at least for now. Though... yeah, and actually, and the Greek cities can't ally with Macedon to fight off the Romans because they're at war with each other too. So Greece is burning right now. Everyone's at war with everyone. So that's a concern for those guys. This guy just moves along here and can just keep slapping down additional watchtowers because it would be nice to see what's bloody going on. People of Pontus, including Heracles himself, seem to be backing off right now. That works for me. Antioch is in... Antioch's got some good stuff going on. Antioch's got some good stuff going on there, including our archers. We can actually have basic archers. They're not great. Missile attack 7 and they're short range, but... you know, they are archers. Archers are the god tier unit after cavalry. Also, there's just a random captain here. Are you sure you want to be? I think this guy's just trying to get to my cavalry army. Good luck with that. Right, so just pull this guy back up onto the roads here. Now, the damaged units all want to fall back to Jerusalem. Or you guys get back over there. That leaves space in this army for... did I just send away something that wasn't damaged? No, I did send away. I think I sent away one thing that was damaged, but that's fine. I've got plenty of reinforcements coming in. More stuff that's damaged, get back to Jerusalem. Reinforcements, including upgraded weapons, get in the army. Cavalry, join at the army. And we want you, and you. And we'll leave one behind, because I don't have, actually, I don't have space for all of that. Okay, leave behind one of you. Oh, that's good. Right. The elephant army is here. The elephants have indeed arrived. You guys... fall back. Actually, you guys fall back north. Oh, there's just flipping... ah, there's just random archers. Good, but I can clear you out with these forces while we're heading north. That's good, because I might get a general after that. Unlikely, because I've got enough generals at this point. They've got... ooh. Hopefully this guy's falling back to Alexandria and not actually trying to hold that bridge. If he holds the bridge, that's a problem. The Egyptians, I think, have realised I am now mighty and terrifying because they've now sent their big army back to potentially fall back to a city, which will be a much harder fight. Archer range is done, Hellenic greatness, blah, 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 and Hatrim Parthia. That's the big deal. But they started this, which means I get to flipping end it. So this force round here, there's a new mercenary available. Oh, camel archers, nice. And I think I also just picked up a mercenary captain, I assume. That's not what you get. Yep, mercenary captain, +1 command, 10% discount unit training cost, 2% bonus to cash from looting. I mean, that's nice. Ooh. Yeah, the Parthians have decided they really want in. There's more coming from the north. Right, okay. Retrain more units. We need to... but he can't get there this turn. Right. Get over here. What's inside the city? Can we see what's in the city? It's the factionaire and one to horse archers. Good. That means literally nothing on the walls. Because wall fighting's the bit we can't win here. And there's also more flipping mercenaries. Ah, Eastern mercenaries. They're cheap and they're cheerful and I'm rich, so they'll do the flipping job. So... I just need to build myself some siege equipment. It is indeed a minor city with almost 8,000 people. So, no need for the actual siege towers. I can just basically pick good points with the ladders. That will be fine. Build that in one turn. So, next turn, we clear out Susa. Reinforcements from the Parthians are heading down south from Asakia here. That's still got a garrison, but they've sent a force down here, including... I like this. One of their sign generals is called Arsas. It's probably pronounced RCs, but it's I like to just assume he's Arsas. That's just Arsas the general. It's you know, it makes the 12 Antiochuses seem much less ridiculous when the Parthians have to start off with someone called Arsus. Right.
Well, maybe that's why they didn't mind all being called the same. They're
yeah.
Like, do you want to be
it
called
could
the
be
same
worse.
as your brother or Ars?
You can be called Arsus if you'd rather not be Antiochus. Alright, that's your choice. It's Ars or Antiochus. Take your bloody pick. Now, Antioch, my technology capital. I could rush towards Phalanx Pikemen, which are unquestionably a really damn solid, good front line. Or I could say, you know what, we've got ourselves a Shrine to Phaistos here. Let's tech up what we've got by going for a Blacksmith and a Temple for Phaistos. But actually, I've got the upgrades potentially already at Sidon, so that's not the urgent thing in the world. I'd say City Barracks is probably my next priority, unless I can make ludicrous money from upgrading trade, and honestly, it looks like actually I can make ludicrous money from upgrading roads. But I kind of want to get the technology for military sorted out first. Now, let's have a look, see what we got going on here quickly, because the army here is not great. Now, what are you trying to do? Achaemenes, he's brought himself 1,400 men. He hasn't brought a single phalanx, and he's not brought any archers either. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? I'm not sallying forth against him, but he's going to struggle to break me too. Like, I thought Hatra was a lost cause, because I kind of assumed... Actually, of course he doesn't bring phalanxes. Parthian basically doesn't get phalanxes, John. You're forgetting how the game works. But he's not brought any horse archers, or any archers full stop, which is kind of where his strength lies. He's just brought terrible, terrible Eastern infantry that won't be able to stand up to militia hoplites, and then he's brought slingers. Slingers are good. Like, that missile attack 5, alright, fine, it's not great. For their upkeep, they're not fantastic, but they'll do. They can just lay down constant supporting fire. 4 units, albeit one of them's damaged, so really only 3. And what about you, my good man? He's got no traits. Welcome to the world's most boring man. He's got an Oracle, which is a really good member of the retinue, and a Wilderness Prophet, which is, again, pretty good. But he's got literally no traits. This just, you know, you just go up to this man and say, how's it going? Yeah, good. Right. Let's let me over there. Let's just go to Amber Alert here. Tell my wife I said hello. So, despicable neutrals we need to take out. Do not attack him, but if he attacks me, I don't know what he's planning to do here. I mean, he's not even building siege equipment yet. How long have I got? I've got 5 turns till I surrender. I think if we can get a reinforcement force out there fast enough, we can hold that off. But that's going to leave Antioch a bit exposed, but we can probably pull it off.
Oh, everyone is very excited that Ars's army is so pink and fabulous.
It is. Ars is indeed is lovely and pink and fabulous. They do wear lovely gear, the Parthians. They wear this lovely armour. It's very nice. Right, okay. Damascus, you're just going over here to take care of this. You, my good man, Neoptolemus, you are a decent, competent commander. Why don't you head north and deal with the Parthian situation? We might be able to do with a bit of extra strength around there. Because this guy is an even-handed tax assessor. So, but this guy's actually bloody. I could just send Cletus the slack-jawed yokel over there. It will kind of give us a bit of a drop in the old taxes. Spartan +2 management is good. But he gets the bonus to morale. It would be nice to have an actual general. Yeah, it would save me some time as well. Right. He's going. We're actually setting off with him right now. So, he's taking with him, yeah, all of the cavalry, 2 units of actual phalanxes. So let's just send him round this way. We've also sent, yeah, there were some levy pikeman reinforcements we sent up in that direction. And that's kind of all he's got. But toss in the additional phalanxes from the city, the cavalry to clear up the slingers. That's probably enough. Probably. Okay, I'm going to send him with one more. Antioch's going to have a tax cut down to just high tax rather than very high tax. And we're going to get some archers into production, obviously, as well as retraining that guy. No, not you. Archers. Lovely. And the actual city barracks in production too. This guy's keeping us safe from Pontus. Pontus seem to be okay. By the way, for this... Ooh, Claire, can you just grab my clock? I don't know what time it is, and that's dangerous.
Yep.
Dangerous. I think it's in there. I know. It's dangerous to play Rome to the War without a clock. It's like Stellaris or Civilization. Always have a little clock. That way you can see the little clock and you know what time it is. I'm going to guess it is 6:30.
Yes, but also there's a clock right here.
I can't see that. How close was I? 7 minutes off. Nice. Well, actually, no, closer, because now I know that clock's fast. I was really close. I was really damn close. The time dilation effect of playing, big strategy games has not destroyed me today. We're probably going to actually be on time today and actually end... What? Claire's gesturing at me.
Yeah, maybe you want to, let me count.
Okay, Claire, carry on while I just have a quick look over the
episode. I was just going to say that your time dilation has not asked me to give shout-outs for, about 20 minutes.
Sorry. Carry on while I just have a little look, see what's going on around with the Egyptian armies.
Yeah, earlier we got a few messages about your singing. A Bubble gave us $5 and said this is so that Claire has to say John's version of Don't Stop Believing is better. It is not.
Claire.
Shout out to Odilon who gave us $5 and said don't let her keep you down and keep on. And Paul Wilson gave us $2 and said that song brought a broad smile to my face. I needed that. And also we got a suggestion from Pretentious Elizabeth in chat who says, I now really want John to do The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you know the lyrics to that.
I would imagine I know most of them, yes. This is the story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, so I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'd tell you how I became a prince of a town called Bel-Air. What is it? It's something
in West Philadelphia.
Wasn't there something else? Wasn't it West Philly and something, or was it actually just West Philadelphia?
Born and raised.
I know, born and raised. I thought it was something else. I thought it was like a district that was mentioned.
No.
I couldn't remember. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground was where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, laughing, relaxing. Maxing, relaxing, all cool.
I'm cheating, by the way.
Shooting some b-ball outside the school when a couple of guys, they were up to no good, started making trouble in my neighbourhood. I got in one little fight and my mum got sent. Said you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel-Air. And then it depends which verse you go to, because there's loads extra. But then I think like the TV version, because it needs to keep it down, goes straight to I whistled for a cab.
Yeah.
I think that goes, I whistled for a cab when it came near the license plate something?
Said fresh and it had dice in the mirror.
Okay, and had dice in the mirror. Excellent. Good work there, Will Smith. Good rapping. I looked at my kingdom, I was finally there. Now to sit on my throne, now the Prince of Bel-Air. But there's all extra verses that were released just for the single version that weren't included because they were too long. There's like, he's on like, he was on like a plane, and there's something about him being at the airport or something, and duty.
Drinking orange juice out of a champagne glass, apparently.
Yeah, I remember there was a bit about him being on a plane, and then there's a bit where he goes to duty free and he raps about a Toblerone, for 2.5. Oh, that's not true. I just made that bit up.
Yeah. I just want you guys to know that I googled the lyrics so I could prompt John when necessary, but he obviously didn't need most of that, and
Yeah, Claire, why'd you have to make things so complicated? I see the way... Never mind. Carry on! Claire's had enough of this shit already. She's done.
Source of being, that was a sip.
Uh-huh.
There's a Claire drinking game.
Excellent.
Apparently.
There's a Claire drinking game. Okay.
Yeah. It's a sip when I laugh in the background, a sip when I'm annoyed at you, a sip, and I think it's a shot when I say oi or something like that.
That's a dangerously large number of sips.
I know. Anyway, shout out to Ollie who gave us €5, and to Walshmeister who gave us £5 and said, hello, John and Claire. I'm just curious if we would see any horror games on the channel like the FPS Fear series.
You know, the weird thing is I did like a Halloween special last year. I did like Resident Evil, and like it was like one of the most weirdly unsuccessful times I did like a kind of a well-regarded classic AAA thing ever. So I think Halloween videos just didn't really work for us. So I wasn't really planning to do a Halloween special, to be honest. Like, I was vaguely thinking maybe I like the look of Heat Signature's got a little Halloween update. I think Dan's actually doing a live stream of that at some point. I think he did it earlier today, in fact. So, like, I was vaguely maybe thinking of that. But to be honest, there wasn't, like, there's no big plan for, like, a really major Halloween video, I'm afraid.
Also, you're a wuss and you don't like horror games.
I don't like jumpy, scary horror games. I like psychological horror games. I've always enjoyed some good psychological horror. I just don't like cheap horror, where it's just something to... Oh, there's a cupboard. You need to go up to the locker. Oh, agent, you need to go up to the locker. We need you to get a photograph of the locker. Okay, is anything going to jump out of me? No, it's definitely just a corpse. There's nothing in the locker. Okay, I just got to... Boo! And so, yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. And also, like, yeah, there's one thing that I'm currently editing at the moment that I don't say. I'm not going to say what it is, but, like, it's pretty clear every time a jump scare is going to happen. It's kind of funny, like, you called it out ahead of time. Anyway, shout out to Benjamin, who gave us $5 and says, here, John, have $1. In fact, have 5. And play a Paradox Grand campaign. Glory to the elephant.
Oh, excellent. Yes, I would not be surprised if maybe a Parrot's Grand Campaign of some description might be what's coming after we're done with Rome Total War. We're certainly considering it.
Shout out to the Taffman who gave us £5 and said, "Hi John and Claire, I'm loving the stream and all hail the cult of Claire." And to John, who also gave us £5 and said, "I'm glad I caught this stream. My dad's in hospital, nothing life-threatening, but I need cheering up." Thank you, John and Claire. And also, I would like to say, thank you, chat, because you were all like, I was watching, everybody was like being so sweet to this guy when he posted that.
Oh,
because this chat is the best.
Thank you, chat. You're the best community.
Yeah, and John, we hope your dad feels better soon.
Yes.
Everybody's so nice.
Everyone
Except
is
that
lovely.
now they want you to rap, please, please rap "Baby Got Back." So shout out to Andrew Murphy for that.
Crikey!
£10.
What? I don't know any of the lyrics to that.
Yeah, well, let me just Google.
Also,
it
I get confused. It keeps getting brought back, but in different forms. Because it wasn't like Anaconda that came out recently, just "Baby Got Back," but just remixed slightly and with some new lyrics.
Well, let me just get that up.
Because what I will tell you in the interim as an absolute bare minimum is my anaconda don't want none unless you've got buns hun. I've no idea how. Claire's just put the lyrics in front of me. I've no idea how those lyrics would even fit into my understanding of the tune of "Baby Got Back."
Well,
maybe because I just want to read that first line like a California Valley girl accent.
Okay. Well,
Oh my God, Becky! Look at her butt.
all right. Well,
It's-
I just Googled it. All right.
I mean, is that like a spoken intro to "Baby Got Back"? Is this like the prologue?
Yeah, it's like spoken word poetry, John.
Is this like, you know, do the lights go down into someone in a fancy cloak? In fair Verona, we set our scene. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. We're like families, equal in dignity. Those rap guys' girlfriends, they only talk because she looks like a total prostitute, okay? 3 times have the authorities warned our heroes not to clash, yet civil strife still do they deliver. I can't believe it's just so round. It's just like out there. I mean, gross. Look, she's just so black.
Is that the actual name?
Exeunt stage
Oh
left.
my God.
Enter Mercutio. I like big butts and also Queen Math.
Alright, well that was very impressive. I didn't realise that was an actual verse and that is shocking. Anyway. Alright.
I wouldn't have read it if it had been the N-word, for example.
Yes, I realised that. I mean, you know, I know it's in the song.
Yes.
I didn't actually know the song was actually that racist. Mostly because I don't really listen to a whole lot of songs.
And also that
don't
song
know
is like
Karen.
really old. And that song's really old. It sounds ludicrously
Okay.
old. Right, carry on. Are you nearly caught up? Right, well, you know what?
Yeah, source of being, I think that sound might be a shot as well.
Okay, I'm just gonna go into this battle, but this is a nice, simple, easy battle. So while I'm doing that, you get yourself caught up, because this is basically me just wiping out 3 units of Nubian spearmen. So it's just gonna be approach, surround, annihilate. So you just crack on while I just do this.
I'm assuming we're gonna have a lot of comments about what you just did as well. So shout out to David Wallman who gave us $6.56 and said this is £5. Well, the pound is rising against the dollar, so there's that.
Is it?
I don't know. Apparently, maybe he just googled it and it happens to be true today.
Nice.
I wonder if and when I can use Catalonia currency. We don't know what that's gonna be, so you know.
Yeah, that's really fascinating news right now, isn't it? That's my favourite news story at the minute.
That
It's
is
so
really
so interesting. So interesting. Just, oh, these bloody rocks everywhere. These rocks don't help. They're going to mess up my phalanxes, but they're going to mess up that. Look at that. Look at my phalanxes just being messed up by a giant cocky rock. Oh, well. Well, it'll mess up them too, so it's fine.
Shout out to the Hamburglar. The Hamburglar? It has Hamburglar in the name, and I'm going to stick with that.
Yep.
And they Yuri gave us $25 and said, your videos and streams have helped so much. From the time I found your channel and watching the original YOLO runs and the LA Noir series, it's a joy watching your current series, and I can't wait to see what you keep bringing us.
Aww, thank you very much indeed. Oh, chariots and elephants side by side. Everyone likes scythe chariots. Look at them, they're badass.
Ooh, I like the massive spikes.
They're massive cocking spikes, and also additional spikes at the side as well.
Yeah.
Lovely sides everywhere. So the problem is they do just melt when they meet, you know, phalanxes. But still, it might still be fun to just give them a run out. We'll have to see about that.
James Barcelar in the chat says, new faction encountered, Catalonia.
I think actually, if you play Realpolitik and you play the adjusted start mode, where additional countries are created to make literally every country starts off with like the same population, the same economy. I'm pretty sure Catalonia is one of the countries that exists in that. So if you really want to play as Catalonia video game, you definitely, I'm pretty sure you can do in Realpolitik, which is kind of cool.
Bubble gave us $5. Again, there's multiple donations today, so
thank you very much, Bubble.
For that. And also, I like to say it as a username. John's horror at the desecration of the Tempest was the highlight of my week. Can we get more classics with John? They asked that, sorry, before you did the thing with Romeo and Juliet.
I was about to say, is there some confusion going on? I was about to say,
I hope you loved it, Bubble. But yeah, you should definitely do that. Many people have told you that before, so there you go. Shout out to Peter who gave us £2 and said, John, why do you never run ladders in Medieval 2?
I always forget. I always just forget. Oh.
Yeah, you can look forward to a moment in a future Medieval that is coming out shortly where he's in a town and he's trying to take the second layer of defenses, and he goes, oh, I should have brought ladders, I don't have ladders, all the while panning across the first wall of defenses with ladders on it. It's quite good.
I always forget to just take the ladders down. I always just forget the ladders can come down again.
Shout out to Yuri who gave us 150 new Taiwan dollars. And very astutely said, I bet you haven't got this kind of dollar yet. We had not.
Which dollar?
New Taiwan.
New Taiwan?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
Cool, yeah. If you ever wondered what is the best dollar, here it is. In addition, does the Oracle know whether the Mongols in Medieval 2 Total War finally do something?
No spoilers, but there is a multi-stage plan to get them to do something that I'm very confident will work. These guys have no defense, by the way, so they're gonna... Oh, dear. Right, just keep tossing in those lovely spears. Hey, come on. Wavering broken. Good. Unit number 1 breaks. These guys can just focus their fire over here. You guys should probably just, at this point, just kind of, back off over in this direction, and you two kind of more in this direction. Let's not get kind of killed for no reason here. You guys just round here. Don't get... Oh, they've all broken. Good. Excellent. Right, in that case, you guys... Nubian Spearmen. Very bad morale. In which case, I think we can just actually deploy our elephants on stamping duties. That strikes me as reasonable. And we can also deploy our chariots for the same business. You guys just head over there. You guys head over here. And... chariots can head over here. Lovely. So in go the chariots. Guys, don't knacker each other, though. Please don't knacker each other, because they can do this. I'm not sure there's just a friendly fight between elephants and chariots, but in come the chariots. Ready to just start chopping everything down. In they flipping go. Guys gonna start being just cut down by... Oh, look at the spikes, just cutting them down. I love using chariots just to run things down. It's just, they just get absolutely shredded. They just basically just move straight through a unit, shredding it. And they're lovely and fast, too. They're lovely and fast. Sadly, on this occasion, the elephants didn't really even get a chance. The elephants couldn't finish off the last of these guys. But Chariot's just beautiful at just shredding what they run through. It's really gorgeous. They just send it flying. Like, this was like one of the few kind of quite satisfying death animations in Rome, because it's like proper death animations that actually contextually made sense didn't really come until Medieval 2. And like, to my mind, like in Warhammer these days, we've pretty much got to the point where now charges feel really bloody satisfying. It's really nice just kind of watching the charges, because the units get sent bloody flying, almost like cartoonishly too far, arguably. But it is kind of nice. To kind of feel like there's a big impact. And like, but Chariot's just kind of basically slicing and mowing down what they ran through as one of those really nice moments in the original Rome, which is quite nice. You kind of just want to do this, take advantage of it, because it's a good way to get these guys some experience by just letting them, oh, there goes some more. But it kind of felt like when you were running, like, you know, when a unit just charged into another unit, like if cavalry just ran into infantry, you didn't feel like there was much impact. But when these guys just run through infantry, it does kind of feel like they are being shredded, which I do quite like. So, I think that's enough people dead. Very, very good indeed.
Now, we also had a message from T and Charcoal, who gave us $5 and said, since we're in a quieter moment, I just wanted to say thank you for the stream. I missed Total War, but I'm really looking forward to Excel.
Oh, Excel's Monday. I've edited it today. It's so good.
How long is it in the end?
It's about an hour 15, hour 20.
Oh, okay, that's alright.
We got it down. I got it down a little bit. I kind of took out some of the less interesting stuff and kind of got it a bit tighter. And took out some kind of the more faffing. It's really good. It's really good. You have no idea. It's such a good video. I think it's going to get a weirdly large number of views for basically a guide on how to use Excel as well. But like,
in
I think
a very specific way as well, right? I don't know. Is it?
I think it starts off with some general stuff. It does start off with some general stuff, then it goes into the more interesting bits and pieces as well. But I think
I'm definitely gonna have to watch it to get some tips.
I think it's possibly the best like big anniversary video I've ever done. It's really good.
Oh yeah, you were like super excited about it.
I was. It's such a good thing. It's a really good thing. What are you, by the way? There's one guy over there. I don't know what that guy is. I'm just going to send...
John, you lost an elephant.
Did I?
Apparently. The Roman Empire commented in chat to say you idiot, you lost an elephant.
Oh well. There's plenty more. There's one unit of horse archers just standing here. This is going to be an incredible... I'm just going to put this battle onto 6x speed, and eventually the horse archers will run out of arrows, and we might win this. I'm not sure whether we win this or not. I've no bloody clue. Basically, I'm just going to be wandering around a really, really big desert after a horse forever. So we're just going to see what happens here. Why don't you just kind of... This will give you a good chance to catch up, because they're going to come up to me, start peppering me with arrows, and they're going to back away. Eventually, they will run out of arrows, but I suspect they might actually kill me, and I might break before they do. So, we'll see.
Shout out to Le Marinator, who gave us $2 and said, hey, I love the way you say aluminium. Fallout, and I'm a Fallout fan. They also said in chat that they're a new Patreon supporter, so thank you
thank you very much indeed.
And shout out to Unoriginal, who gave us $10 Australian and said, Guten Tag from Australia, it's 4:30 in the morning and I'm going to bed. Go Parthia!
Darn it, they won anyway. Lol. Well, we still got 42 kills. That's fine.
That's a good number.
We got some horses down, damn it.
Shout out to Joseph, who gave us £5 and said, John of the future, I've only just joined due to work, but I'm looking forward to seeing you fail. I mean, succeed, sure, yes. Ad Victoriam.
I'm feeling okay about this force up here. There's this force here, but actually those guys can't attack Hatra, while the Parthians here, they can't attack, which is good. But I'm still concerned about the fact I've lost track of where the massive army was. I don't know where the really big Armenian force is. I'm kind of hoping it might have naffed over here, and I'm really hoping we'll see they go to war against, like, Scythia, and it might head north, if we're really lucky. But I don't think we'll be that lucky. I think they probably won't, so we'll have to see about that. Seleucid doesn't need to be guarded right now, but I am trading as fast as I can. That's on Susa. What else do we need to do this turn? I'm kind of out of money. I was swimming in money previously, but the money gets eaten very fast by all the armies I'm fielding right now and all of the tech upgrades. But I feel like I've got some good tech upgrades going on across the board here. So we're under control for the time being. And a lot of places simply can't have anything because we're just basically waiting for stuff to come through. And there's mines +1 coming in over at Tarsus. That'll help. Yeah, I'm happy enough that Jerusalem's down to 500 people. Like, literally 400 is the floor. You're not allowed to drop below 400. Cities aren't allowed to do it. I'm almost at the flipping population floor in Jerusalem, which is ridiculous. So I need to basically just send them some peasants to get them topped up. Because obviously, like, because population grows at a percentage, small cities grow as an absolute number a lot slower. So if you can, like, you know, plus 4% in a big city with thousands of people is big enough it can keep growing, even if you're constantly training, like I am at, say, at Sidon. But at Jerusalem, I've made the mistake of training too much there. Yes?
Have we lost another Antiochus? The chat says we've lost another Antiochus.
Oh!
Antiochus.
Was the captain called Antiochus?
I don't know.
I'm guessing the captain was called Antiochus. Okay, Antiochus II is now dead. That because he lost. Okay, we're on to Antiochus III. Drink for a dead Antiochus. Right, keep.
Yeah, the chat is on a bit of a delay, so sometimes, just like here, they'll give me some advice for you, and I end up seeing it just as like you exit the battle.
Okay, if that goes Antiochus, that's Antiochus II. Now, Antiochus III was called Antiochus the Great, so the next time an Antiochus shows up, he's gonna be a good one. That's what history says.
Yeah, and people were saying that, yeah, in that battle, you needed to do a loose formation.
Yeah, I could have done... phalanxes can't have loose formations.
I'm telling you what multiple people in the chat.
The thing is,
really
if my options were, I could have a phalanx, or I could have a really tightly packed together. I could have had like a phalanx that was really deep, but then it would have been an easier target. I could have come out of phalanx and been in loose formation, but outside of phalanx, you've got even worse defenses against missiles because you've not got your shield forward, you've not got the spear also acting as a bit of a defense. So I think that would have been even worse. I don't think there was a way to win that, unfortunately, because horse archers is pretty powerful in this game, especially versus crappy basic militias. Probably a unit of standard hoplites would have just been able to slowly wear them down and make them run out of ammo. We'll see. So this force is now here and ready to go up against this, but the Egyptians need to bring up their force at this point, otherwise I can just start marching into Egyptian lands, which works for me.
MacLeod says you should send a diplomat to the north.
To do what?
Diplomacy, presumably.
Yeah, but I've already spoken to everyone. I know I'm not going to have peace with these guys.
Well, sharing the.
If you have a specific idea, give us an update. But I don't see what the advantage of sending a diplomat to the north is, aside from begging for peace. But I know it's the Seleucid campaign. Basically, everyone's going to dogpile me from every direction, and there's not going to be peace. The best I can hope for is Pontus take their sweet time getting to it. So that's kind of my best hope right now. I think.
Also, shout out to Peter Whiteman who sent us £2 and did suggest, John, that you can set unit on siege in loose in Medieval 2. And also to Mark Superman who gave us $2 and said, John, can you explain the can sap unit ability?
Basically, it's nothing too complicated. It's a thing I never use. Basically, it just means when you're doing a city, in fact, actually, you know what, I'm on Susa right now. So it's a thing you can build. A sap point is basically just a little underground tunnel thing. A unit that can sap, you tell it to go up to that. It goes and disappears underneath the walls. It undermines the walls and causes the walls to collapse as if they'd been hit by catapults, except with no catapults present, obviously. But basically, there's a varying chance that because your guys are literally underneath the wall at the time, the tunnel might collapse and they might be killed and the unit might be wiped out. I personally don't like doing it because, one, it means you have to spend time actually repairing the walls and you have to spend money doing the walls. Plus, they're really expensive. They're 75 build points a go. But I suppose, like, if you have, if you know for a fact that you want to desperately avoid wall fighting, it might be worth considering. So maybe against, like, if the Egyptians dig in really deep in one of their cities, it might be worth me doing a couple of sap points, yeah. Though I almost never use them, but thank you for reminding me they exist. And there's Arsus coming in. Just keep training some more phalanxes to keep him busy for the time being. We've got an alliance. Germania and the House of Julii together. That's a good alliance for the House of Julii because then they can basically squeeze out Gaul. So Gaul's having a bad game right now. Gaul is having a very bad game. In fact, Seleucus' governor's palace is done. Oh, that's nice, but the money is running low. We used to be swimming in money. Now we're not doing so hot on the old money front. But, here's where stuff gets interesting. So Susa, 8,000 population, already a minor city. If I enslave this place right now, I get to basically redistribute about 4,000 people around the empire. So, who wants some slaves? Because, guess who needs some slaves, Claire? Jerusalem desperately needs slaves. Boom! Right, so, Jerusalem has a general in it, because only cities with generals get the slaves. Damascus doesn't. Sidon doesn't. Antioch doesn't. Tarsus doesn't. Sardis could do with them, to be honest. Sardis could do with a bit of an upgrade. Oh, and Sardis can have flipping port. Oh, port. Nice, only 800. Gonna make, like, that costs 800, and it's gonna literally pay for itself in, like, 3 turns. 3 turns, nice. Marriage celebrations. Gyrus got married. That's flipping early. He was only, like, 16 last turn, so I think he might still be 16. Greek agent, we are now the strongest in the world. Halicarnassus has grown. Very, very nice indeed. That's going to eat up even more money, but that's only 800. Tenari, that's fine. So, this side of the empire is pretty calm right now. The Greeks are here, but they're not doing anything too dramatic. Sadly, this this massive... Oh, blimey, they just keep trading at Rhodes. This, like, I don't want to go over to Rhodes right now. That's proper hoplites. That's big old hoplites. They must have a proper militia barracks over there, so that's really good. This unit just needs to keep going over here. That's a small Pontic army, which is kind of in my way. Let's just bring this over here and just drop another watchtower off and just keep an eye on what's going on here. I need to... If you come south, that's a concern, but I should be able to back away from you. Hopefully they don't attack. That's a risk, but we'll have to take it. Yeah, so at the moment... Oh, if only I could get someone over to... I can't get anyone over to flipping Salamis. I wish I could get someone to Salamis this turn. It would be lovely if Salamis could have a great big influx of people. They need it. But Jerusalem's the big one that needs... In fact, actually, Jerusalem could do with it so badly, and Sardis is under control so much. I'm going to make these guys step outside of their cities just for the time being. So they don't get anything. Seleucid also needs to not get anything. Seleucid is under control, so Seleucid steps outside. Okay, and also there's more people here. It's just Eastern mercenaries, but I might take them anyway. Right, so now we can enslave that city, and literally only Jerusalem will get the population, which is exactly what we need. So, Arsus is getting closer, and we can't see much about his army. Time to move into Susa and take it. Should be pretty simple. I have got phalanxes and they've got nothing but actual cavalry. Though bear in mind, yeah, Eastern General in this form actually is still not that bad. I think after the Marin reforms, the Eastern Generals actually become proper great big armored cavalry. I can't remember. I might be making that up, but I think that's true. We shall see. Anyway, let's move in and take care of that. This is going to take me a little while of just basic setup. So, Claire, why don't you get us further caught up, as I'm sure I haven't given you enough opportunities to.
Yeah, so we've got an interesting question from Dam Drunky, who gave us 100 Swedish krona.
Yes.
And said, is there not a better solution than reading the shoutouts in clusters? It feels kind of interrupting. Maybe on-screen donations or reading as soon as they arrive.
I really hate on-screen donations. I feel like they interrupt way worse. There's various tools and plugins you can get that can feed them through.
On-screen to you?
Yeah, they'd literally be on the screen.
Then they
Plus,
interrupt you.
and that's also up for... It's also up for abuse.
That is true. There are things that we've, it's very rare because you guys are lovely, but there are times where we don't say the donation because, if it happens to be something that we would otherwise moderate, just because it's got money attached doesn't mean we're not going to moderate it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And we've thought about it, because, reading as soon as it arrives is also really interrupty, because it could be a moment that's not well suited to it. And the clusters are really more so that we can, get through, have fewer of the interruptions.
Yeah.
If people
Plus, I try and give you them during relatively quiet moments, like right now, where I could be following the units and whatever. But for the most part, I've just got a couple of units going up to the walls, and we're just slowly infiltrating this city.
The thing is, really, if people have ideas, definitely give them to us. Let us know. At me in chat, whatever. Because we're open to getting better at this. Obviously, we're always trying to get better at this, but it's just a bit...
It's a difficult... there's no easy answer to that. There's no easy answer to that question. It's a very difficult one to get right.
We always try to balance between acknowledging people who give us money because that's what it enables us to continue doing these.
Yeah, precisely.
But also picking stuff from chat. The best way you can do this is to reply me in chat. And if you tell me, oh, I've tweeted you, I've emailed you, or whatever, that is more difficult for me because it makes me get out and pick up messages from everywhere else. So the easiest way is to reply me in chat. But yeah, we do try our best. Sorry if sometimes we don't get it quite right.
Sometimes, like, it's just like the volume of messages and the volume of chat, and also the amount of stuff I need to discover in the game. It's almost impossible to get right. I think you're in a difficult catch-22 sometimes.
I mean, I don't know. I think it could be a lot worse because, like, our community is just way nicer than plenty others I've seen, even in passing. So.
Very true, very true.
Also, shout out to Didgeridoo, who sent us $5 and had another fun question.
Sorry, what was that username? Are you trying to say didgeridoo?
Didgeridoo, yeah.
Didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo.
Not didgeridoo. Well, hang on, Claire, we need to get this right. What did Jerry do? I didn't know there was new Rick and Morty right now.
Yeah, shout out to the person in chat whose name is Rick Sanchez, who earlier, when we were discussing whether there are Lady Skaven rats and there was talk of fan art, was like, I want to see this fan art. I was like, that is on point commentary, my good man. Anyway, Didgeridoo wanted to know...
Didgeridoo!
Didgeridoo! You made me doubt how to pronounce it, and now it's worse. Anyway,
Have I ever told the chat the story of the vinegar?
No.
Which is the one that you actually managed to do? Was it microwave or vinegar?
Neither of them, you idiot! You are changing your memory of it to make it sound better to you. I'm not a flippin' idiot. I know how to say microwave and vinegar. When we first knew each other, John tried to make me think that
microwave was pronounced microwave. Yeah.
And vinegar was pronounced
vinegar. Yeah.
Like, I'm not a flippin' idiot, alright?
You weren't sure. You had to double check. And I swear you did say microwave once.
What? I did not.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes. True fact.
Yeah, you know what? Do you know when it happened? Is when we went to that gaslighting convention.
That was the best convention. GasCon 20... What was that? Was that GasCon 2013? GasCon 2013 was the best.
I think you're misremembering the year. Anyway, so this person's question was, if Velites is pronounced Velites...
Well, Velites, really.
Why is Hoplites not pronounced Hoplites? Which I think is really cute. Mm-hmm. And also about pronunciation, so that works.
Mm-hmm. We could say Hoplites. Yeah, that's absolutely fine if we really just wanted to. Though it would be, isn't it Hoplitois? I can't remember what the singular of that is now. And you guys are getting yourselves into a stupid position right now. Right, let's just see what you're actually planning to do here. You guys, these two phalanxes have messed each other up like crazy, which does not help. You guys just push forward in a wide group here. You guys just need to get yourselves drawn up. That my phalanxes are messing each other up right now, and they're taking serious damage from it. But that's fine. As soon as you guys manage to actually get on top of some actual horses, the horses themselves will start going down pretty quickly. Right, you two need to... You've broken immediately. Well done, because you got yourselves into a stupid position. You two just get yourselves into a defensive position right now. You two... Right, well that's just all collapsed immediately. Well, that's just great. Because they were in stupid positions and got themselves all separated out. Militia hoplites. Oh, good, they've regrouped already. They've already flipping regrouped because of their flipping arch fight. Right. Get over there. Get forward. Just get forward and provide cover for the flipping mercenary peltas. So you need to actually get involved and do their job. Thank you very flipping much. Where the cock are all the Eastern mercenaries? They're not going to do much better, but screw it, they'll do slightly better. Right, you two, just get over there for the time being. Those guys are going to collapse in seconds. You two, get around there. You join in over here. You just need to basically fire at whatever you've got. Fire at whatever you've got a shot at right now. I'm amazed you guys are holding on. You're not, unsurprisingly. Right, forward. Just get in all of this. At this point, you guys... Actually, you know what? These guys will actually do at least a competent enough job holding off there, but you're not going to do a good job there. You guys have... This is just a total flipping collapse constantly. Right, okay. This is going well then. Now, you guys just draw up here. Draw up flipping here. It's fine. Everything's under control. Bring the general forward. We've got flipping Eastern mercenaries. They're useless, but they'll do a good job against horse archers, which is good. These guys are... You're steady, at least for the time being, and horse archers will start collapsing pretty quickly against you. So, we've got something at least. Provide backup. Okay, I'm amazed that I'm currently actually using Eastern mercenaries, and it's going okay. But that's fine. That's okay. These guys have got... I think these guys have got, like, short-range javelins, if I recall correctly. Right, okay. You're naffing off over there. You guys need to basically just draw up over here, ready to start moving in from the other side, and the Peltas is still in good shape. There we go. Lovely. Right. You guys just get forward over here. What are you guys ready to do? If you guys want to just get forward over here and just take out the horse archers, you were doing a good job over there. Then we've got forces coming in over here ready to flank. Don't get too far ahead of yourselves, though. Don't get too far ahead of yourselves. Just push forward over here. And the Peltas are coming back up again. I want the Peltas back into position. They were doing a good job. Right up to the point where it all went, you know, wrong. Right. Now, these guys are ready to take on these lads, which gives these guys a good opportunity to get over here and just start working on these lads. So now I've got the two Eastern mercenaries. These Eastern mercenaries are already flipping wavering, but they'll... and broken, obviously. Now, just you guys just hang over here. You guys get into position. I just need something to hold long enough to get my Peltas into position. But everything's refusing to just bloody hold for just one flipping moment. Right, Peltas into position. Forward over to here. Just get over there as quick as you like. These guys will protect you. Right, the horse archers are going to be in a good shape over here. These guys can just start moving in over in this direction as well. The charge will be blunted by virtue of the... Yeah, okay, good. We're starting to just make some progress here. One of you at the back. Yeah, you guys at the back. Focus on the general instead. Now, if someone wants to just basically get over and hit those guys, just get forward. Anything you can do. They're wavering. One of them's shaken, though. We've got reinforcements coming in here. Oh, bloody hell. Early game units. One of them's already broken. You guys just start tossing in. Start tossing in all of the javelins at the back of the general. That's it. That's what we need. This is it. This is the moment we needed. The Eastern General is now going to start losing strength really flipping fast. Sure, we've lost the Eastern Mercenaries and everything else too, but the Horse Archers are gone. And now we can basically just start... Yeah, now we can just basically start dealing with that. Just keep firing. Under all circumstances, continue firing. And you guys just now start surrounding them. We won't be able to sandwich them because these guys are going to break... Yeah, these guys have almost and definitely broken. Yep, fine. But that's fine because now these guys are coming in right now, chasing you off your plaza. Eastern General's down to 14. The Peltas are doing a really, really good job, and now we can basically pin them outside of their own plaza, and they're starting to go down very fast indeed at this point. Good. So they're going into my Peltas, but they're shaken. This was a nightmare, but honestly, I'm not surprised. And now their leader is going to run straight into, yeah, dead. Right. Now, all of a sudden, everyone just basically get in here, and what's even left? It's one guy. Right, everyone just take care of this one guy that's left at this point. And I think it is, in fact, yeah, it is indeed their leader. And we went into kill cam, then didn't kill him. Well done, kill cam. You got a bit ahead of yourself there. Marvellous. I've never actually seen what actually triggers that to happen or not, but sometimes the kill cam just decides it can't be asked. Right. You guys probably just head over here. You guys head over here. Right, while we're finishing this off, Claire, why don't you carry on?
Yes, we have a message from Unirob who gave us £5 and said, "Best birthday present ever for me. I love your live streams. Remember SPQR Baggy from your Stellaris live stream? Could Baggy's Ghost get a birthday shout out?"
Oh, happy birthday, Baggy's Ghost.
Well, and Rob says it's also his 18th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Rob. That is very important too, yes.
Yes, indeed. A shout out to Tyler, who gave us $1, and Martin, who gave us £5, and also to PhD Pepperman, who's another commenter we've seen before, who gave us $10 and said, "John, you have spoiled me. I tried to take a Roman history class and the professor was terrible and nowhere as entertaining as you."
Yeah, the problem with real history is it tends to be a lot more boring. I just kind of tell like abbreviated, slightly simplified versions of history that make it more fun.
Yeah, so he also says, so glad my weekends are free where I can start watching these again.
Oh, excellent. So, Zeuxis, the 18-year-old kid who got given an exotic slave for his 16th birthday, has now also picked up a body slave.
Right.
Who wears an awful lot of rouge. So...
Wait, so the kids picked up a second slave?
Yeah.
A second sex slave?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, great.
He's getting into it. He's getting into the way of things over here in the East. Right, what can we actually retrain here? Okay, good. They've got levy pikemen here as well. So there's good training facilities, which is really, really nice indeed. So, Suze has fallen to us, together with a bit of money. You two get back into... When I say you two, I mean you one. Get back into Seleucid and sort that out. And Jerusalem... The population problem has been taken care of. Jerusalem, the population is now 500 slave owners and 4,000 slaves.
Great.
Which is a dangerous number of slaves to have. But fortunately, unlike the Dark Elf campaign in Warhammer 2, which is an excellent excellent Total War game, yeah, it actually does not cause massive public order problems. They're just treated like normal people. In fact, they're also taxpayers. So,
wait, I'm sorry, they're not like counted as real people or citizens, but they pay taxes?
No, they're counted against the population, and they do actually, and they can be recruited into armies, and they do pay taxes. I'm not sure what wage they're paid the tax on. Maybe they've all been immediately freed into being freedmen.
The concept of slave... I mean, surely they don't actually have a wage, because
That's the joke.
Okay, fine. Well, you didn't get the joke in the entire other stream that we did, so whatever.
Right.
On this note, I would like to read the latest super chat that we have from Cal, who gave us $2 and says, John, why do you bully Claire?
She deserves it.
Great. Just like straight up. There was no waiting time there. Okay, shout out to Valiant who gave us $5 and said, John, Claire, you're both amazing. Keep up the videos. I watch most of them. You always make them interesting. And to Johnny who gave us $10 and said, I loved your Marine Patrol video yesterday. I had a good laugh.
I like that. That one was actually weirdly, like, not very watched. I wasn't really sure, like...
I haven't seen it yet.
Either it was really good.
Wow.
I'm
looking forward to it.
Either it was really good. So I think it's a shame not that many people watched that one, because I thought it was a really fun one. It's the same team that made My Boyfriend, He Loves Me Not. These guys just make terrible, terrible, badly put together games, but they're sort of hilarious.
So this is interesting because someone mentioned another terrible, terrible game in the chat earlier, and they were saying, well, John, check this out, it's so terrible, it's great. And I was kind of like, well, you've said before that you don't want to play games if you think they're bad. And
Okay,
you think
I don't like
enjoy
to play
them.
games that are terrible and they're like... I don't like playing games that are just bad because they're lazy. Games that are bad like because they're lazy, like the famous Digital Homicide examples. I don't like them. And games that are like they're broken, where they're just really lazily put together, I don't enjoy them. A game that is like bad just because it's kind of very simple or slightly ropey, but clearly someone actually put some effort in and tried to make it a good game can be kind of funny. And also I need to always make sure my expectations set accordingly, because I make sure I don't just attack those games and be really mean to them. I make sure that, I go into it with a positive, I'm determined to try and enjoy this sort of ethos. Then it tends to kind of work a bit better. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. I need to move you around here and attack you up here, by the way. Because, yeah, we can probably, with 2 militia cavalry, we can probably take out 1 unit of horse archers just by surrounding them and kind of pinning them in and then picking them apart, especially if we've already weakened them a bit. You just have to wait for this over here.
Oh, thank you to Sir Roderick Quincy von Thunderbottom, the Magnificent High King of Australia.
Hello,
who,
hello!
Just let us know that the terrible game suggestion from earlier was Ride to Hell Retribution.
I think that one's been a little overdone. I think everyone who would want to see that has already seen what the first few missions look like, because so many people have covered it in various capacities. So I'm not sure that would necessarily be that interesting to my mind. So we never say never, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, and someone else brought up that they wanted you to play Battle Void Harbinger, which I think you tried out and didn't.
Oh, it's interesting they mentioned. Yeah, we got a review code for that. I tried it. I was really disappointed because the original game I played, I did play at the time, I really enjoyed, was Battle Station. Battle Void Harbinger's the one I already played.
Well, it's weird because one of them changed names in.
No,
between...
but if they said Harbinger, I've already played it.
Okay.
But back then it was called Battle. It was called Battle Station Harbinger, and I thought it was really good. So if you do mean Battle Void Harbinger, which has been out for a while, just had a rename recently, look it up. I've made videos on that already. If you mean the new one, Battle Void Sector Siege, I tried playing it. I did not enjoy it. So that one's probably not a good idea.
I keep mixing up both of these things, so yeah, it's quite... I'm not surprised I mistook them again. Anyway, RTS Master, I'm going to put a link to that video in the chat for you now.
Very generous of you. This place is growing relatively fast, but I'm just going to give it... I'm going to give it an Asclepius just to speed it up a little bit. There's almost no reason to use Dionysus when you've got Asclepius because, like, +1 to public health still gives you the benefit to happiness. So you're getting the same happiness benefits, it's just you're not getting the alcoholism on your generals. So, I kind of feel like you should always just do that. Now, do I want to try and shift over the high quality? I can't. I can get you over there. Nothing else can make it. Now, we're down to 1,600 already. Which is a little bit on the concerning side. I got myself a trader. I don't want to go for walls. The growth rate here is pretty decent. What's worth building? I mean, now I've got Susa. I've already got the equivalent of a militia barracks. Could just go for Asclepius just for the sake of the growth rate. I mean, I'm probably going to be trading over here too as well, to be honest. Though actually, I don't really have the... That's a practice range, and I don't have a good thing there. So how about I just go for Asclepius over here as well? Yeah, just a double Asclepius, because that's cheap. Really cheap to put together. So the reinforcing armies almost made it to Parthia. If they attack next turn, that's fine. I think I could hold them off. It will be a bit of a difficult one, but I probably could. Jerusalem started paying a whole load more taxes. Sidon's under control for the time being, and I'm not training anything else there. In fact, we're slow on the training right now. But I've got a really good big army on the move into Egypt. And conveniently, the Egyptians have not unified everything together. They've got one big army right here, which is damaged, and hopefully not rather, it's going in for repairs. Faction leader's just chilling out over there. I can pick off a third of a stack of an army right here, which is worth doing right this second. And he's trying to back off. What was it? It was... Slingers, Desert. I can pick off some good quality spearmen here. This is worth flipping doing. Yeah. I think they're trying to unify some armies out here in the field ready to move on Jerusalem, but we're in a good position to actually counteract and fight back. Nice.
So, question in the chat, Ride32 wanted to know if you could not maybe hire mercenaries and then disband them in a city for a population boost.
I can't... Mercenaries, yeah, mercenaries do not... When you hire mercenaries, it doesn't take away from the local population. So you absolutely could, but it would be really expensive to do.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if you were the Julii, it might be worth doing for, say, warbands, because warbands are stupidly cheap. I guess maybe I could do it with Eastern Spearmen. I could use Eastern Spearmen to convert mercenaries into men. That's true, and it might be worth thinking about, but with Jerusalem sorted out, I think we're under control for the time being. Just for now, anyway.
Also, Sable John wanted to know if slings actually were effective weapons historically.
It's very hard to say, like, how effective a weapon is historically, because there's all sorts of questions we don't know about exactly how it was used and when it was deployed, and, like, if a weapon continued to be used historically by a faction that had an effective military and maintained some form of empire, then we must assume by default, yes, presumably it worked. Because if it didn't work, they wouldn't have been using it anymore. They would have retired it long before. So I guess we kind of assume the answer is yes. But in all fairness, like most major successful military powers did not seem to take much use of slingers, really. So I'm not an expert on ancient warfare. It's not my specialization in the slightest. But it's certainly worth noting that the major powers, when they utilised long-range stuff, you see a lot more javelin skirmishers, archers, and then artillery than you do actual slingers. So, for whatever reason, and maybe it's maybe it's just like historical accident, it appears that quite a few people, just historically, quite a few empires that used slings didn't do so well, and a lot of empires that didn't use slings did a lot better. So you may or may not choose to read into that. And we're just going to get our elephants dotted around here. Don't you worry, the elephants are now heading out on their way. And this time we're also going to be using our own flipping scythe chariots. We'll probably take some knocks to our scythe chariots. Because there's a lot of flipping things going on in the world. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. And then our general unit at the back here. This is looking like a good army. It's a bit of an unwieldy army because it's so flipping big on account of the fact that elephants and scythe chariots both take up loads of flipping space. But that's fine. Just put you into the middle, and then we've got this massive unwieldy army because the camera in Rome doesn't go out that far or that far up, so it'd be quite difficult to get that in position. Right, all of you can be in position like that, and now we just need to start pushing forwards. Now they technically outrange me because they've got slingers and I do not have slingers, but I've got cavalry. So I feel like we should be in pretty good shape, and we also just need to figure out, are they actually planning to advance on me, or are they planning to... No, everything looks like they're okay for the time being. Let's just move a little bit further forward. I can use my militia cavalry to chase off any slingers if slingers get any stupid ideas. Right, while I'm positioning Claire, this is a good moment for you.
Yeah. Shout out to Rasmus, who gave us 50 Swedish krona and said, I think the way you handle the shout outs is very good. So thank you very much
Oh,
for that.
thank you.
And shout out to Ian McLean, who gave us £5 and said, I'm loving the stream. Also, the pink party uniforms look lovely.
They are fabulous, aren't they?
They are. Shout out to AA, who gave us £10 and said, Claire is the best. I approve that message.
Is Claire the best?
Yeah,
Is she?
Yeah, though she is.
Is she really?
Shout out to Morrison, who gave us £5 and said, John, I love your vids, and have you tried Dead Rising 4?
I don't think I've tried Dead Rising at all, actually. I do actually own, like, a bunch of Dead Risings, the PC port, so at some point I was meaning to give them a go. But I kind of put that on hold, because one thing I do actually want to do as a little mini-series at some point is Dead Space. Because obviously Visceral has shut down, so I think it would be nice to give Dead Space a little send-off. So expect to see Dead Space in the not-too-distant future, when we've got a little kind of moment to put it up.
Also, the second part of that question was, Claire, I love your book reviews. Have you read the Aragon books? I can't even pronounce it properly.
Don't you have a bit of a thing against Aragon?
So I haven't actually read Aragon, so the short answer is no, I don't really have a thing against it because I haven't read it. I saw the first movie and I wasn't particularly impressed with it, mostly because I thought the story was like pretty bog standard fantasy, but to be honest, that's the movie version and the book is usually, better than the movie version, so who knows. The thing is, I was like, when it first came out, I was super into dragons and I was super into Dragon Riders of Pern, so I think like I was probably fairly set against other dragon books that didn't work exactly the same way.
Oh, Dragons of Pern's really unique and distinctive dragons, though.
Yeah. It has issues, but hey. Shout out also to Axel, who gave us 100 Swedish krona and said, thanks so much for the much needed break from the stress of moving. P.S. Claire is the best.
Claire's not the best.
We sympathize with you so much, we hate moving too. It works out alright.
I'm not sure where these Desert Axemen are going, by the way. It's just a bunch of Desert Axemen that decided, and now they've given up. Where the hell were you going? I was planning to just smash chariots into you to break you apart, but you've just kind of naffed off somewhere. Right, I think I've just confused them. Like, you notice how the AI can get very confused just by having units moving around it. So, as a result of that, yeah, they've kind of, they've just had, now these guys have run over here, and these guys have run over here, and now some other guys have run over somewhere else, and now they don't know where they want to go. And one of the phalanxes is just naffed off over there and has no idea where it wants to go next. Right, so don't waste your ammo on that. Don't waste your ammo over there. Right, that's skirmishers over there. We may as well just have you coming over here. And screw it. Why not? Let's just get a charge in over here. Actually, I think I might be able to get a charge in by flipping... Yeah! They've left themselves massively out of position here. Right, okay. Now, one of these units is just coming in over here. You slam into here, and oh, I think we've got them coming in. Okay, so we've got the chariots coming in for their first big charge. Come on, chariots. Come on, chariots. Get in there. In they come, and boom! Look at them fly!
Maybe you should have worn armor.
Oh, it's perfect. Concerned over exposed flank. Concerned over probably many things, in fact. And pretty much their entire army's just given up. Their entire army is pretty much collapsed at this point. Just watch out, chariots, because when they go on the pursuit, if they accidentally just, like, run into something, they'll get it screwed up. Ah, the desert axemen are back. So we can totally run into them, so just get you guys out of there. Right, charge 2, and boom, and they're done. Lovely. And I think we just chopped them down as well. I assume their leader was somewhere in that. No, don't run into a phalanx! Don't run into a phalanx, you cavalry! It's the one place you shouldn't be. I'm amazed you took so little damage from that. Right, get out of there. Get the cock out of there, you stupid bastards. Right, you use the last of your flipping... actually, just wrap up these guys. Where are the... Hang on, where's the... Where are you? You're just chilling out over here. You guys finish off these guys. Make sure they don't recover. There's these guys have managed to recover, which is impressive. You guys just be over there. You guys get over here and finish off these guys. You guys just wrap up this, and then yeah, the one remaining phalanx appears to be now. Oh, those guys are gone. Oh, that was lovely. I love watching a chariot charge. Chariot charges are the best. Yeah, these guys are now. Apparently, these guys are eager. While heading towards my line of skirmishers, so I'm not sure that's going to work out well for them. Right, these guys are all falling apart. I'd like all of these guys to be wrapped up as far as possible. That's Desert Axemen, don't let them get away. You wrap up these lads. There's a couple fleeing over this direction. I imagine my skirmishers... No, my skirmishers are actually out of ammo. Pretty much, anyway. I think, like, maybe one of them's got something. Yeah, I think they're trying to do something. Right, you guys... Probably just back off at this point. So, do I want to use my elephants at this point? Do I want to send in the elephants? It's grossly irresponsible and a misuse of elephants. But on the other hand, I think we deserve a good elephant charge. And scythe chariots right in the rear. Are you trying to actually get on top of my elephants right now? Are you trying to get on top of my elephants? Because, ooh, that's rude of ya. Right, get around the back of them. Just get around the back of them, right. So you guys just move around here, move around here, move around here, move around here. Now just stop about there. And now you're going to start spiking these bastards. And that'll pull them in. And oh, that's going to work nicely. Right, you guys have got the defense there. Are they ready for this? Are they ready for this? Alright. If they're ready or they want to do that. Oh, they've already... They're just breaking too quickly. I wanted a big chariot charge to wrap that up. Boo! Right. Well, let's make sure they all go down. I think everything's out of ammunition at this point. So the elephants did not get involved on that occasion, but instead we can just send these guys over here. But I just love how, yeah, obviously when you're just running them down with the scythe chariots, they just basically just fall, they just drop down dead. If you actually get a charge in and they haven't broken yet, they just get sent flying and it's beautiful. Scythe chariots are just gorgeous. They're just so lovely and sexy to watch. Right, you guys probably need to get out of here. Out of here. Just sneak peek for the XL video on Monday. At 48 minutes into it, I used the exact phrase, "This is where things get sexy."
Only 40... That seemed like really far.
Well, up to that point, things have been interesting and fascinating and really cool, but it gets sexy at 47 or 8 minutes.
Is this when you introduced the graph that you showed me?
Oh no, that's the big finale. The chart is the big finale.
That was very impressive.
Was, wasn't it?
It was
a massive chart, yeah. Right, I think that's enough of these guys dead at this point. Lovely. Clear victory. 55 kills on their side, 951 on my side. Beautiful. So we've pretty much wrapped up that little army. Though I think possibly some of them might be able to... Nope, they have indeed just ceased to exist. So you guys just go back in this direction. Yeah, we took some really light taps to the militia cavalry, but it's still an effective fighting force right over here. Now, Jerusalem. We've got so little money left. Jerusalem could do with... What urgently needs something? Antioch's working on that. Damascus is just working on that. You're working on... You've already got, yeah, Temple of Hephaestus and Blacksmith. So if we need to train more troops, train them here. Because +2 weapons on everything now is really nice. Once we get an armor at Sidon, we'll be able to get +3. You don't often see gold weapons in armor. You need something like a Temple of Hephaestus or Vulcan to make it happen, for the most part. So it's pretty darn cool. Oh, no, sorry, it's not. I know, it would need, I need a foundry for that. Sorry, armor is just plus armor and plus, yeah, plus armor and plus ranged weapons. So I'll be able to get silver on all weapons and armor and ranged. Actually, on ranged as I think is it Temple level 4 that gives you range upgrade? I'm not sure whether actually you even get ranged upgrade off the Temple as well. I think that might just be the Foundry. But if I can get up to Foundry on site and I can get up to gold weapons and which is not seen very often, so that is pretty darn cool. We're down to very little money here. Sardis is building a port, which is good. You're working on the mines, that's good. You're working on the barracks, that's good. You can't work on anything, so I suppose technically that's good by the process of elimination. You don't really need a trader. You're working on a temple and you're working on a temple. Fine, so not actually much is left. Jerusalem. Have yourselves communal farming. Getting the farming income up would not be the worst thing in the world at this point. Now, it's time to see whether these guys decide to attack. Because if they attack now... If they don't attack now, I get to attack them in the open field with way more troops. If they do decide to push now, they've only got 2 rounds. Then I've got 2 breach points to protect with 4 phalanxes, and they've got no phalanxes. That, I think, is manageable. We'll see what comes up. We'll see what comes up next at this point. You're still, that massive army's still there. I'm really worried by this army. Because this army, if this army just comes over here, it takes Halicarnassus. And there's no way anything in, like, Sardis can resist. Like, Sardis might be able to resist, but even then it'll be flipping tough. Be flipping tough indeed. Right, and you just stay in Jerusalem for the time being, my good man. You may as flipping well. Actually, you're a useless assessor, so you're kind of hurting the tax income. Stay there for the time being. Right, end the turn. Egyptians falling back. What's that big army doing? It's just sort of standing outside Alexandria. I might need to attack Memphis. Oh! Okay! They've decided to do it. I think they've seen it coming. They've decided to come in, possibly with additional rams. Right, so. Achaemenes is coming in with 2 rams, 3 Eastern infantry, himself, and, well, himself's the dangerous bit. If they win this, it's because he himself has managed to win it. And then slingers. Slingers times many, but the slingers will not be that useful. It's all going to come down to how well he does. They've only got 2 rams. I should be able to defend the breaches, but the game is very much saying he's got the advantage. If I can't win this, at the bare minimum, I can cripple his army enough that the reinforcement army can take it straight back again. And all I lose is 4... Well, yeah, literally all I would lose would be 4 militia phalanxes and 1 peasant. So it would not be the worst thing in the world at all. Like, if I lose, it's not a problem. So he's likely, based on what I'm seeing right now, to be... Obviously, you guys are refusing to move because you're too big to be navigating around. He looks like he's basically going to come for the gate, and... I'm guessing you're coming for the gate, and you're... I don't know why they do it at a weird angle. They do it at a really weird angle. I'm guessing you're coming to this side over here, and you're coming to the gate. So we'll just prepare you for that, and basically we just try and hold. We just try and hold right there. Is that what you're doing? And you, by the way, if that is what you're doing, you want to be right in the middle, right in the flipping. Actually, you don't. Maybe slightly further back. You'll be too vulnerable to slingers because the slingers will be moving forward. I think this guy's moving to the gate, and you're moving to that. Fine. There's always been a bit of a debate in the comments, by the way, about what the best formation for defending with phalanxes is in. I hold that it's a defensive V. You don't want anything charging straight into you, because if something runs straight into the front of a phalanx, it can penetrate. If something is stuck against a phalanx at an angle, it struggles. So I always prefer the defensive V formation, by which I mean basically you have 1 unit like that and 1 unit like here, and you overlap them. I've always personally been of the view that's the best way to defend breaches with phalanxes, because it means it minimises the risk of cavalry just being able to penetrate the phalanx, especially if you overlap properly. So we've got these guys over here, and they just want to, yep, guard mode, and then these guys over here also in guard mode if they can just get their spears down and once again stop there. So we've now basically got 2 overlapping phalanx formations over here. So they're basically just, they're walking straight to the teeth. It doesn't matter which way they go, they're going into something. Some people disagree with this because it creates a moment of relative weakness around here. I personally think it's the right way to do it. Are you coming over to this spot right here? Let's just quickly move you over here, because I'm concerned about the fact the slingers are going to start getting attacks in. Because if the slingers do actually get an attack in, if I stick close to the walls, we should be alright. They won't be able to get their attacks in, because the arc, that their firing arc is too low to the ground. Here we go. Right, they're coming in right here. Right, okay, so right there and right here. Okay, so we're just going to have you, and we're going to have you. And that's probably about right. I probably want it more like about there. Right. So these guys around here. This wall's going to take a little bit of knackering. These gates are going to go down very, very quickly. But when they try and run inside, with Eastern Spearmen. Eastern Spearmen are just going to melt in the face of this. They've got nothing. That gate's at 50%. That's going to be the first charge point right there. You guys just get over there. Phalanxers in formation are fundamentally in guard mode. And then we got this breach right here. Again, overlapping V. I think this works a bit better. I'd rather have you just a tiny bit further forward if you can. Just a bit further forward. Just more in that position, thank you. I don't want a weak point here. And then, here we go. Gates are down. They're going to start coming in. You guys want to be... Okay, you're not helping right now. Please get back into formation.
Oh.
You're not helping. They're not helping.
Why
Okay.
did they move?
I told them to move, but I told them to move like less stupidly than that. It'll take them a while after the wall goes down for them to actually start charging, and this phalanx will do a good job already. Right, now, logically, the only thing that's going to start charging in, because I'm pretty sure the slingers do not seem to have a shot right now. They're ready, but they're not firing. And as you say, they are fabulous, aren't they? They are proper MATM bright flipping fuchsia. The only thing that basically can try and charge in is these Eastern Spearmen. So you are... Okay. Would you mind just, like, maybe stopping? If you just stop where you are, just get into permission, get into formation. That's... You know what that'll do? That's good enough. That's actually where I want you to be. Now, what are they doing? Can't help but notice they're not trying to get inside right now. And then that's... Ah! It's because one of them thinks they've got a shot. So they are trying to toss in some stones. And you're moving. Right. So... Are they going to try? Yep, they're trying to move in. Okay, so they're going to move in simultaneously. So this guys, there's 197 of them. Now there's 100. Now there's 100. Now there's 108, 176, 170, 169, 160, 159, 158. Into the jaws of death. Into the jaws of death. Into the jaws of death.
Lovely.
And you see, this is why I didn't want one single unit, because they're being pushed into the phalanx. There's so many of them, they're putting pressure, and it's causing trouble. But because they're on both sides, the units on the other side get to keep getting involved. So now, I think the slingers are trying to push in too. And now it's kind of descending into more of a melee, because they've put so much pressure on me. I'm going to send in my general over here, because these guys are actually taking a lot of damage. These guys are...
Ooh, yeah.
These guys are now taking a lot of damage. Like, the initial is... Oh, they broke over there. Ouch! Okay. You've surprised me. You've surprised me a lot here. In fact, actually, they've really broken there. Okay, I need you guys to...
Well, they're
Ouch!
a terrible unit.
Yeah. That is... I'm impressed. Okay, fine. If that's unlucky, I probably should have held the peasants back. Because if I'd held the peasants back, then I would have been in a better position to actually... Something would have still been alive, and then some of those guys would have rallied, and I might have been able to have a defense on the actual streets leading up to the town. That's unfortunate, but as I say, we've done quite a bit of damage to their units already.
Oh, did Antiochus III die?
Was that Antiochus?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. Well, they've taken that, but we can take it straight back. So that's fine. We had a loss there, but it's in all events, it's not surprising to lose. Had those been proper units... Oh, if you decided to come and attack me. You decided to... One horse archer attacking two militia cavalry. Technically, that's an interesting fight. They might be able to have that. We'll have to see. So... You guys get over here. Yeah, let's just see what they do, because I think if we just kind of spread out, we should be able to basically have them, I think. So... You guys just get over here. You guys get over there. And then basically just... Yeah, everyone also on flipping that mode off. If we can just get around them, and then get around them and fire at wills on, if I just basically tell these guys to get as close as they can, we should still be able... They should be able to get in range to actually toss in their javelins. I would imagine. These guys, they're the ones that are being shot right now. You guys should have a shot with your javelins. Yeah, they're in range. Why are you not... Fire. Fire your javelins. Literally fire the javelins. Just fire the javelins. There we are. Get in there. You're almost on top of them already. Almost got them down. I'm not sure why these guys aren't tossing their javelins. They are allowed to toss javelins while they're running, so I'm not sure why they're not. Right, those guys are now engaging. Now I can get around the back with these guys and actually, hopefully, come on, you guys just eager, steady. They're holding together for the time being. Right, now around the back. Now just hit them with your throwing javelins. And we've won. Fine. So we've won there. That's fine. So we had one loss there. That's unfortunate. The loss of the town. Let's say we can get it back. And now more's coming in. Wait, what are you guys? You guys want to take on these guys. Okay, I probably could handle that, but they're backed up by the archers. Yeah, for some reason, rebel forces have all basically joined forces to come and attack me. I can probably do a pretty good job holding these guys off, to be honest. Eastern infantry will be able to win, but the bare minimum, I can take out the archers before we lose. So, like, get used to losing. When you're the Seleucids, just accept losing is the thing that happens. That's fine. So if they are where I think they're coming from, yeah, the archers should be coming from this angle. So we'll just ride down the archers and we'll get them out of the way, and then we'll lose, which will be fine. And there we are, there's the archers, just where I thought they were going to be. So now we can get over to the archers as soon as possible. So just charge into those guys, lovely. And then after that point, we'll see what we can do with our actual everything else. In fact, actually, save your javelins for later. Because we might need those for... Were those guys with or without... No, those guys are just melee. Okay, so I might be able to skirmish against them at least a little bit. In fact, actually, one of you, the weaker lot, get around the back. Get around the back and just see if we can encircle them. That'll be the more effective way of doing that. Those guys are already badly wounded. I'm taking some damage too, understandably. Round the back, round the back, round the back. Oh, my guy's broke. Boo! Right, well, that's unfortunate. Well, the general's still around, so I might be able to do some good work to him at least. Go on. Knock him out. No, these rebels are mysteriously very fresh. So we got the second loss. Well, technically, okay, we've had 3 battles between turns here, and we're going to have 2 losses to 1 victory. There we go. That's 100% fine. If actually enough of them have survived, we might well get them back. We can just go and retrain them. Be fine. Ah, well. That's okay. I probably should have actually, had I thought about it, I probably should have just basically drawn up on the city streets. The city streets in a double row might have been a better way of defending Hatra, and just basically ignoring the breaches on the walls. So, we got ourselves diplomatic information. But no offense, they've taken a town off me. I've taken a major city off them. So I feel like I'm doing better. And also, Arsus appears to have backed off, which is beautiful. And Spain has attacked Gaul, so once again, Gaul are having a bad game. And, the alliances that I'm very used to seeing. Parthia and Egypt are allies, as are Pontus and Armenia. So, hopefully, Pontus and Armenia can just naff off and keep me out of this. So, that's been damaged. I can buy myself some... whole bunch of mercenaries just became available. Well, that's bloody convenient, isn't it? Because now I can get myself a big pile of them. So, get up there. Lovely. The wall's already damaged, so let's just get ourselves 3 rams. And now, you may have taken this city and done a fair bit of damage, but I've certainly damaged your units as well, and now I can basically just destroy you too. As for the Armenians, where's the big army? Where's the big army? I've lost track of the big army. Big army might be heading south, but if so, at least I do have a decent force to try and defend Hatra at this point, so that's absolutely fine. You guys just head over here and just basically clear out these guys, and then 1 unit of 86 Nubian spearmen, you say? Well, I think we can probably take care of that. In fact, this is an next opportunity, Claire, for you to catch up, because now I think what I want to do with these guys is I think we're going to have a big double elephant charge.
Right, well, first off, I need to apologize to the chat for mentioning a movie that didn't exist, because I've been told repeatedly that we do not talk about the Aragon movie. What Aragon movie?
Oh dear. Yeah.
So,
okay.
Shout out to Daniel, who gave us $5, sorry, and said the movie adaptation of Aragon is one of the absolute worst adaptation ever. And then we had a natter about how there's no Aragon movie and there's no Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
Got it.
Shout out to Eleanor, who gave us £5 and said, I'm currently doing my MA in Classics, so this counts as research, right?
Absolutely. You can tell your tutor from me it does.
Oh, and Claire is second best to Tabby. That's fair. That's very
That strikes me as fair, yeah.
Mr. Maple Syrup gave us £5 and wanted to know if you are going to play Europa Universalis 4 or Hearts of Iron 4 on the channel.
Not first. I feel like Crusader Kings 2, as it's set the earliest, kind of deserves to come before those. I think that seems fair to me.
Yeah, but you do like Paradox games. So.
I do, yeah, but Crusader Kings 2 is also a Paradox game.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I assumed you would
be
doing them maybe at some point in the future, just maybe not imminently. Also, Pedro asked in the chat earlier how many years you've been playing Total War games for.
I know for a fact that the first Total War game I played was the original Rome Total War, and I purchased it in, that would be 2005. I'm pretty certain it's 2005 because I know the year it corresponds to in terms of when I was at university. So, yeah, that would have been 2005, in fact, yes. So.
Yeah. Also, EJ gave us $10 and said, "Hi, John and Claire. I'm starting a job in marketing, but I have no office experience and my degree is not at all in business. Could you give me some advice, John?"
Well, would you believe Excel is an excellent tool for the office, and this Monday, there's gonna be a guide to Excel. So tune in right here for that. Other than that, don't worry about it too much. Like, you know, as I got older and as I spent more time in the office, basically I realised people are not judging you anywhere near as much as you fear they might be. Everyone else is just like, yeah, whatever. It's
yeah,
cool.
just like be professional,
just
arrive
chill
on time,
yeah.
like just
Yep, pretty much. I think we're just going to send in a big elephant charge at this point. We're going to have a multiple way elephant charge supported by chariot. So in comes elephant charge number 1. And then as soon as that hits, elephant charge number 2. And then as soon as that hits, in comes elephant charge number 1. Elephants in the rear! And then in come the chariots!
Yes.
And then in come the chariots, and then in comes elephant charge number 2. Right, maybe get the chariots out of that.
Is it dangerous to have your chariots and your elephants at the same time? Like, don't they?
I'm not sure whether they have friendly fire or not. I'm genuinely not sure. But we still seem to have 24 and 20 elephants. So there's the elephants going in for like a double elephant charge. Got like a double elephant charge supported by chariots. These are just ludicrous, lovely, sexy beast mode units. They're marvellous. Right, so that's you taken care of. Ah, gorgeous. Right.
Now we have a very important question for you from the excellently named The Pig Butt Worm Has Arrived.
Uh-huh.
So this person gave us $5 and said, "Because I feel evil, who is the better narrator, Sir David Attenborough or Morgan Freeman?"
David Attenborough.
I told them you'd say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a new
Blue Planet. Blue Planet 2. Oh my goodness, new Blue Planet. It's so good. You didn't understand this, then I made you watch Planet Earth 2 and now you get it.
Yeah, definitely. I would probably agree with Pretentious Elizabeth in chat that Morgan Freeman has the better voice, but David Attenborough is a better narrator, but I'm...
Wrong.
Anyway.
There's another family member fleeing south there. Right, so... The Egyptians are in a good position right now. If I can force them to fight on a bridge, that'd be beautiful. If I could force them to fight on the bridge, that'd be really nice. So we've now got Hatra back under siege. So they've taken it, but we're going to be able to take it straight back. That's absolutely okay. In fact, actually, I'm going to send both the archers I just trained in that direction just specifically for that, because those guys are pretty much ready to go right there. That is a force of... There's archers right there. The reason I didn't attack these archers, by the way, with the militia cavalry that I sent over here to die, was because I thought, oh, well, they'll just pull in reinforcements from the town. I own that town. Forgot I own the town.
Well done.
Forgot I own the town. Can I just use... if I can just auto... I should just be able to clear these guys out just using a resolve. Yeah. I'm amazed that's actually a close victory. It should not be a close victory, but fine. What have you. Let's just retrain those lads. And that's fine. I can just get a spy going over there. Fine. So there's some...
cool. First Chuck Army in the chat says, "No, there's no friendly fire. Sometimes chariots run over an entire phalanx unit of their allies without causing a single loss."
Yep. I thought that was the case, but sometimes the Total War games slightly blur and the rules of friendly fire get confusing because there's friendly fire in some cases but not in others. Okay, so Arses is... I think Arses is actually redirected to try and relieve Hatra, which they put under siege from me, and now I'm putting under siege back from them. So I think part of the problem is, Arses is basically... He's now going to try and deal with that rather than attacking Seleucid. They meanwhile have Arabia, which is way down here, 10 bajillion miles away. They've also got, they've got Arsacia over here, and then way up north they've got a large town that's currently revolting, that has basically no relevance to me. So if I could basically just take, Arabia and Arsacia, that'd be the Parthians as good as neutralised for the time being. That would be good enough for me to consider them neutralised. Though in all fairness, the chance of anything meaningful coming out of Arabia is limited. So if I can basically just have a decent enough defensive garrison, a small force sent south to deal with Arabia would probably do the job. Though actually, when I think about it, that's probably exactly what I've got this spy here for, or rather why I've got a market at Damascus. I'm going to use the market at Damascus to send a spy down over in this direction, just to get eyes on Arabia. I want to know what's down there before I deploy force. It could be a real waste if I spent ages sending a force down there, and the force that actually made it down there wasn't enough to take it. So, just to avoid that, that's fine. Tarsus has now got its gold mines, which is beautiful, and Tarsus's growth rate is really high, actually. So let's give them Asclepius to avoid risk of plague down the line and also help them further grow. Sardis has a good army sitting here, but nothing to do with it for now, because I'm not going to start a war with Pontus until they start it with me. The economy's not as good as it once was, but it's under control. City barracks coming in. Sidon under control as well. If we've got spare money sitting around, I may as well spend it on farming, because farming gets me a lot of money. And if I can just clear out Alexandria or Memphis, we'll be in good shape as well. But this army, I'm not sure what's going to stand in its way at this point. I think we're under control. And just in case I do decide to sap, I do have, yeah, I've got loads of units that can sap here, fine. So all my infantry here can sap. So I might want to swing around south to Memphis. We'll see how this army responds, because the Egyptians could, you know, they could field a competent army with their actual flipping faction leader and chariots and all sorts if they wanted to. The question is whether they're going to be able to draw it all together in time, or whether I should just swing south and basically start burning them from the south and then heading up. Once I get Memphis, I get the Great Pyramid. Pyramid basically means there's no culture penalties for Egyptians. The reason that exists in the game is because if you're playing as Rome, the game's kind of like, it's been set up in very Rome-centric fashion, assuming you're going to play as Rome. By the time you actually get down to Egypt, there's a good chance lots of Egyptian territories will be level 5. Once they get to level 5, you can't upgrade them any further, so you're stuck with permanent Egyptian culture penalties, and no culture's more likely to have multiple level 5 settlements than Egypt is if you start playing as Rome. So as a result, that just means you don't need to worry about the fact that you can never turn the cities into true Roman cities, because they're already level 5s and there is no level 6, level 5 is the cap. So that's just why that's there. So for me, it's not going to make much difference. It might give me a slight benefit in terms of public order, but it won't be much. But Thebes down here is basically pretty much unguarded. Faction heirs over here without too much to worry about, and then there's another family member there. Yeah, I might swing south depending on what these forces decide to do next. We'll have to see about that. Anything else I need to do this turn? No, I think we're okay. Let's just end things off there and see what everyone does. The Egyptians reinforcing Memphis, understandable. Another family member, I'm pretty sure that's the faction leader fleeing south, and a small force relieves him here. But no movement from their big army. Now the Parthians coming in. I'm going to guess they might want peace. No. Oh! People of Pontus just arrived on Rhodes. Now if Pontus wants to attack Greece, that is the best thing in the world for me. If they're stuck attacking Greece because they can't get to Tarsus because the rebel army's in the way, and they don't want to attack Sardis because there's a decent army there, that'd flipping work. That'd flipping... Where's Arsus gone? Where is Arsus? Arsus should be around. Okay, that's interesting. Right, we've got a competent enough spy who I'm just going to send heading in this direction. Yeah, just head down here, head into the desert, figure it out as you go along. Marvellous. And then we've got more reinforcements there. You can get in and join this army over here. Yeah, that's fine. So I've now got 2 archers to support as we push into Hatra. So this force is now pretty screwed. Let's just have a quick look what they are. I'm not going to attack them right this second, but let's have a look, see what they are. Down to 1,000 men. Yeah, actually. It looks like he actually decided to merge some of his units together. So he's got 2 units of Eastern Infantry. I swear there was 3. And then he's just got 1 damage unit of Slingers. And that's pretty much it. And as for him, oh yeah, he's the guy who's got literally no traits. So that should be manageable to just basically walk in when we're ready to. What's going on in diplomacy, by the way, because that matters a lot. The Greek cities are now allies with Armenia, and Egypt's allies with Pontus. It's happening. Literally the entire world. The entire Eastern world generally ends up like in a series of alliances, and it excludes the Seleucids and actually targets the Seleucids. So that increases the chance of the Greeks assaulting me significantly, but Pontus might be about to screw that up if Pontus wants to attack Rhodes, which they might be about to. If they do, that'd be perfect. I really want them to do that. Then we got this big force here. I could go and camp on the bridge, but if he's already camping on a bridge. So that's not going to work for me. What I should do instead is I'm going to go and hang out on this bridge down south right here. And then we've also got, we've got a bunch of Egyptian boats here. Well, that's fine. Let's just chase them off because we should be able to take them out and take you out. Hopefully we can sink that. And my boats, yeah, we've sunk one Egyptian ship and we've also got some experience on our fleet. Now, Jerusalem's up to now, hang on, did we just do it as a fleet? Or? No, one of them didn't take any damage. Good. So our ships have now got some experience and our Admiral's got a command star. That's looking good as far as I'm concerned. Pontus is definitely spying on me. You need to get round here and you could take out this guy. No, don't take out this guy. He's working as a nice little buffer. You just get round here and focus on getting over to Tarsus and Antioch. We need more generals in this part of the world. So that's fine, that's fine. Don't know where Arsus is. He wandered off and we didn't see his movement. That's a shame. Susa is now... Let's just get Temple of Asclepius 2 up. Actually, no, let's get probably paved roads. It's not going to be worth much more money, but for the movement, it's just worth having. And now I've got this watchtower here, something they're going north to do. I can see what's coming from the north, which is useful. And if I can, I wouldn't mind slapping a watchtower down about here-ish. Might give me... That's giving me no better visibility at all, but whatever. Why am I sending a spy from over here to do that? I bet I can just train a spy from, like, round... I can't send him from here. Any chance Susa's got a... No, Susa actually doesn't even have a trader. Fine, okay, so that probably was the right thing to do. Though, could just train a market here. Yeah, it'll almost be certainly be faster just to train a market here. This spy can go and deal with Pontus, actually. Let's send you over in this direction instead. Let's just get back over there, go and look at Pontus for me. A spy monitoring Pontus is worth it, because that's getting dangerous. That's getting dangerous right there. Especially when I haven't teched up anywhere yet. Like, I could get... The levy pikeman is probably not a bad idea. In fact, oh, no. Paved roads. If Sardis needs paved roads, damn it. Sardis, even though it's not even worth that much more money, it's worth it just because the speed at which I'll be able to move troops from the technology hub of Antioch down to Sardis will make it so worthwhile. That will be just so flipping worthwhile. Right, okay. You are just going to stand there and you're going to wait to see how the Egyptians respond. If we're lucky, they might send a force to you and we can just do a bridge battle. And bridge battles, especially when phalanx are involved, are even more ludicrously destructive. We've got reinforcements in Jerusalem that could be in a position to head south if we needed to, but I feel like that army, nothing's going to crack that. In which case, I'd say let's wrap up today by taking back Hatra. We've lost a town, but that's not going to stand. We're going to take it back. Faction announcements, 2 new family members coming in. Construction report, nothing major. Yeah, nothing major at all. Tarsus in Pontus, unsurprisingly. And the economy is in okay, if not spectacular shape. Yeah, we should be in a good position to just move into these guys. I mean, we've got ourselves the archers. That's going to give us a big advantage to the archers right there. So just assault that, and the introduction of archers into the army is going to make a huge difference. So let's go down here, take care of that. And also we've got actual Greek cavalry to chase off things. Like, up to now we've been using really scrappy armies, but thanks to Antioch, we've actually got some technology coming in. Right, while I'm drawing up, Claire.
Shout out to Victor, who gave us $5 and said, "Hi John, congrats on 300k."
Oh, thank you very much indeed.
Also, shout out to Paul, who gave us $5 and said, "Claire, respectfully, sometimes you sound a little quiet and far away. Do you not have your own microphone?"
She doesn't get her own microphone, and she knows why.
Okay, so I don't get a separate microphone because we're currently sitting in the same room. Obviously, John is closer to the microphone because he's...
I am aware, like, we could get you a second mic, we could sync it, then we'd need to set up a soundboard on this computer, and then the soundboard would be what fed the audio into the stream, which we could do if we knew how to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's ways that you can do it because plenty of other streamers do that.
Yeah.
But it will take some research on our part for it to be not very echoey and terrible.
Oh yeah, there's still a hole in the thing right there. I'd forgotten there was still a hole in the thing there. Right, well you can probably just leave that one then. In which case we've almost certainly got the range to basically just say screw it. Let's just bring the archers up and just see what the archers are capable of doing. So you guys just get into position and start taking out the actual eastern infantry as far as you can. Where have you guys got a shot? Come on, you gotta have a shot at something soon. Stop there for the time being. You got a shot at anything? One of you's got a shot. One of you's totally got a shot over there. So, yep, someone's got a shot there. Is it you? It's you. And now we can just start basically taking apart their slingers. And that's the problem with Parthian troops. When they come under fire, they've not got much in the way of defense at all. So we've got a couple of shots over there. Now we've got, oh, all the arrows coming in. All the flipping arrows. Beautiful. They just opened the gates for me for a second there. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Not necessary, but is appreciated. Now we just move everyone forward just a tiny bit further. And now we can just start picking them apart. Bit by flipping bit. But Claire, carry on while we're doing that.
Yeah, shout out to Yannick who gave us $5 and said the stream has inspired a humble haiku, read using Song of the Wise voice. I shall attempt that.
Now they must batter
The Seleucids and John's lack of perception, charging elephants.
It's a good haiku. And in we go. That was a good arrow. That was a better arrow right there. And now, yeah, now our archers are just basically taking pot shots or whatever the hell they feel like. These guys are being shot in the back. Eastern infantry don't like being shot in the back because they have shown up to battle wearing pajamas, in case you hadn't noticed. Pretty much it does feel from their level of squishiness like that's what's happening. They're pretty much just wearing pajamas here. Right, what else have we actually got left? There's some slingers over there. There's some slingers over there. The actual general is over on that side. That's fine. He's the only bit that poses any threat. Let's just bring up the actual indirect fire as well. Just bring up some mercenary peltas. They'll be able to get a couple of shots in over there. Now my archers can just basically wait for... Yeah, there we are. Now these guys are just going to be absolutely torn to shreds. So these guys, 182 of them right now. Down to 156 in a single volley, and more flipping coming in from the rear momentarily. Down to 120. They're losing 30 men a volley. It's beautiful. And perfect. The general is actually planning to head over in this direction. We do want to get some pot shots in at the general, because the general is the only bit that poses any significant threat here. So if we can just get some pot shots in at the general, if that's what you want to do. Yeah, they're using their javelins against our guys. That's fine. Our guys can take it. Just stand there, take it, and just kind of shoot their general in the back a little bit. Down from 53 to 51. They've got 2 hit points, so we're just basically wearing down their hit points bit by bit. But actually, you know what? I'm going to just take these guys being fired on, just if it basically just means we can just keep firing on these guys. If we can just take out the general with archers, it's worth it. It's just flipping worth it just for that. I've got no Eastern mercenaries, so I've not really got anyone to like charge in and take them out. There's some slingers over there. I'm just going to put your spears down. I'm just going to send you in. Actually, that's really risky. I'd rather put your spears down and send you in. But equally, there's... Oh. Right, slingers over there. You know what? I'm going to send in 1 unit of your more in this direction. I'm just going to send in some Greek cavalry to slam into these slingers over there. So I'm a bit concerned about the fact that everyone's surrounded. So I just want basically them to go over there. Just everyone forward a tiny bit further. Right, now we'll have a few more shots at this point. But... ammo's getting a bit low, so I'm going to take them off fire at will, because I'd rather pick the shots that they take. Right, in comes the Greek cavalry. First time I've seen these lads. They're terrible. Greek cavalry is just awful. Right at the point we get to the really, really high tiers. So hopefully they'll, like, run away and, like, not want to be here anymore. They're already shaken, and we can just hopefully start... Yeah, they're wavering, and that might draw in something else. But if we can just clear out the left side, and we can just clear out this left flank... Yep, they're broken. Good. Right. If they're broken, what we want to do as a starting point is... What are you doing? There's more slingers over there. You guys are falling back. That's Eastern infantry looking to probably intercept. But these guys, screw it. Push forward to these guys. You take your shots at these guys when they come available. And do you actually want to do this? Do this? No, they want to back away. That's fine. Then there's more slingers over there. So now I'm just going to basically charge my Greek cavalry straight up the front street. Straight into these guys who are going to be not thrilled about anything. Albeit my guys are not thrilled either. In comes the great big cavalry jumps, but they are not going to be happy about life. Albeit my guys aren't happy about life either. My guys are shaken. They're also shaken. My guys broke. They took a really unfortunate series of pelts to the face. And now Eastern Spearmen are coming in. But that's fine. You want to send an Eastern Spearmen? I'm happy to basically just start shooting you from the rear. No. Take the shot. Take that. No one's got a shot. Well, that's fine. You guys just take a shot whatever you got a shot at right now. So, we're going to lose you. But that's fine. Actually, you know what? Send these guys over here. Claire's just made a noise, like she's just discovered something really interesting.
Yeah, there was an interesting comment in chat from Warpig, who was wondering how come the Parthians wear this super bright purple clothing. Because wasn't purple dye really expensive, and why it was reserved for the color of royalty and stuff?
It's more of a like Rome takes the color thing a little bit silly.
Like obviously, it's a game.
It's a gameplay thing to make them easily recognizable. Honestly, it's something that Medieval 2 got wrong. Medieval 2 basically said, screw it. You know what? We'll just we'll have everyone be a slightly more realistic grey and muddy brown, and it didn't work very well. Right.
Yeah, because Sir Roderick Quincy von Thunderbottom, the movie Hiking of Australia, also noted that it basically makes a really good target for archers to be
It really does, yes.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got plenty of archer fire coming in. I've got a unit of pretty much full strength levy pikemen just powering up the main street here. Something's firing on you. Oh, you've idiotically decided to stand in front of tower range. Well bloody done. Right, so you've broken again there. Well done, lads. Right, what's that up there? That's slingers. Okay. Back off so you're not in range of them, please. Send in the other Greek cavalry to take out the slingers. Let's just hide around the corner from them for the time being, because these guys are defensively really flimsy. So stay out of the way, please. Thank you. Other Greek cavalry thundering up the street. More floating around over here, but now it's just one unit of slingers. Eastern infantry down to 85, going to collapse in the face of an actual phalanx of any description. Archers have still got some strength. Let's just bring them over to here, see if we can get some pot shots at the Eastern general. He's still at strength. Yeah, he's looking very flimsy right now. If I can just get him to charge into levy pikemen, he should be pretty screwed. But in come the Greek cavalry to support. They're not great, in fact they're terrible, but with upgraded weapons, they should be able to, if they can get a charge in. Come on lads, get in there. That's not charging. You're kind of charging from the rear here. There you go. One of them's already broken, and the other one will hopefully break momentarily. So just get over there. They're already wavering. Good. We should be able to run all them down. Now there's some slingers going over there. These guys have managed to get a nice bunch of throws in on those slingers. Those slingers are now screwed. Nice, but these guys, they're going to use it most themselves now. In comes some final few archer shots. We're kind of running out of archers, but oh, that's nice. That javelin just killed a whole bunch of the Eastern general. That's really lovely. Oh, you should probably get your spears down, by the way. I forgot to tell my phalanx to be a phalanx. But other than that, everything's working fine. Shoot those guys in the back. Few more horses falling over. And now we've got... my Greek cavalry is a bit trapped at this point, but it might actually be able to outnumber the general enough that he might just be able to win anyway. We're putting really terrible cavalry versus really good cavalry right now, but these guys have taken a lot of damage, so... These guys are down to 9. They're steady. 7. Still steady. These guys, meanwhile, are shaken. And he's breaking. Right, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. Don't let him get away. Down he goes. Right. So, that's that arsehole taken care of. Actually, no, he's not the arsehole, literally. Well, he probably is, but he's not the guy who's literally an arsehole. That's Arsus. He's actually coming later. Slingers have also been finished off. And at this point, the entire front is basically collapsed. That's a lot of purple there on the ground. A lot of flipping purple. Lovely. Right, what have they got left? I think they've got nothing left, but... That's some Eastern infantry. Let's just send in some nice guys. You guys are not ready to go. What else have we got floating around here? I could just send in some... Hang on. You guys, put your spears down and just go and hunt down those guys, please. Just get on with it. You should be able to handle that by yourselves. And then you can just see off these guys. And then there's nothing left here but some Eastern infantry. In which case, a single unit of full strength levy pikemen should be able to do that. While I just pull those guys up into formation. Claire, over to you.
Yeah, there was a question from Elizabeth, pretentious Elizabeth in chat, which I thought was really interesting. She was wondering if there wasn't a long period of history where armies didn't even have uniforms, so you had to kind of trust that you were shooting at the right guys. Since we were talking about, like, the colours of the uniforms in the game and that.
Yes, uniforms, like, as an idea, are kind of obviously closely associated to professionalised armies, because it was relatively, late compared to how people would probably assume, when the idea of, like, an army being a job, where you're given weapons and you're given equipment because you're part of the army, is a relatively late technological innovation, and one that many cultures resisted for a very, very long time. So, naturally, like, in the Hellenistic period, like, the people, you had whatever weapons and armour you could afford. And that's why, you know, it was good to be rich, because it meant you got some nice bronze armor and a big bronze shield and a nice long spear and stuff. Though arguably it was better to be not rich, because, like, you know, then you need to be in a phalanx store, then you need to row a boat. Now that was bad if it sunk, because no one could swim, but, you know, it was probably, you know, when you've got a really good navy, it's still probably not that bad, all things considered. Are you planning to... No, you're not trying to get on top of me. Let's just let those guys... Where are you guys going? Where are you guys going? No, they're breaking. Fine.
And a shout out also to Mark Superman, who gave us $2 and said, "Oh yeah, sap those walls, John."
We will definitely sap. I'm not sure if we'll get around to sapping some walls today. I think we're wrapping up for today. But next time I think we might sap Memphis, yes.
On the walls on this, like a bit too small to sap.
Yeah, you can't sap wooden walls. That's true. You can't just sap wooden walls. If you guys want to just draw about here-ish. There we go. Now, Levy Pikemen versus flipping Eastern Spearmen. The advantage of Eastern Spearmen is they do a good job, basically, just because there's so many of them, they can kind of push through the phalanx. So this is why I didn't want to do phalanxes dead on at the gate, because this would have happened. Which is they would have just pushed straight into it, and then loads of units at the front take damage. So actually, we might well lose this unit. We'll have to bring up something else instead. Which is why I prefer doing the kind of the jaws of death, because I think you get more spears on the enemy. But the problem is Eastern Spearmen, though they break really easily, are also really, really good at actually just kind of, if they can just stand and fight long enough, they can basically just kind of run in and they can overwhelm a phalanx purely by virtue of being able to kind of break the front of the phalanx. It's not so much on the other difficulties. On the higher difficulties I'm playing on, since I'm very hard, then, you know, everything's kind of cheating in a way. So that's kind of why it's a bit easier for them to do that. But we'll just bring up some more stuff just in case. Anyway, this will give you a moment to catch up while I just bring up some more troops.
Yeah, Tactica Imperialis sent us €20 and wanted to know, I mean, she said, "Hi, John and Claire." Or they said, "Hi, John and Claire, love your work, and thank you for introducing me to so many awesome games and franchises. I was wondering if you could settle a debate for me. What is the pronunciation for the plural of legio in Latin?"
Legiones.
Okay, someone else was someone else was discussing that in the chat when the question was first asked, and said that maybe it depends on the declination.
Yeah, which is exactly what it is. Legio goes Legiones in plural.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically anything that begins O in its nominative will pretty much go es in its plural. That's pretty much all of them. That's very common. So go on, you guys. These guys have come back. They can have another go. They can kind of make up for their shame. They can have a second go at this here phalanx. This time we'll actually bring up. So we'll give them a bit of support as well. Why not, eh? But we'll give them a chance to make up for their disgrace.
Also, Ollie, another regular viewer, gave us €10 and asked, "Any idea yet when Fallout 2 will happen on the channel?"
That's some way off. That is quite a way off. I think there's a few things I want to do before that point.
Also, have you put any thought into whether or not you will use the restoration patch? Lastly, John is better than Claire.
Yay! Quite right too.
Have you put any thought into whether or not you'll use the restoration patch, John?
I probably will, because a lot of people say it's a good idea. You see, on this occasion, because there's now fewer of them, they're struggling to break into the phalanx, and as a result, they're being chopped down a lot more quickly. But Eastern Infantry, like, as a unit to literally just basically throw in and then throw away, knowing they're going to die, they're a good unit for that. They do that quite effectively. You guys just get up onto the plaza place. Just get up onto the plaza over there. Just kind of push forward. And now just into this sort of a direction. Now we're just going to get behind these guys. And now we're just going over there. And you've completely fluffed up your phalanx. Screw it. Bring in more phalanxes. More phalanxes. Soon we'll just basically just drown the town in their blood. Damn it. I think we've got them now. Now they're pretty much down to the last few. Just Eastern Spearmen. They're a really interesting unit. They're utter trash, but just because of the sheer volume of them and the fact they're quite fast and nippy, they can do some really interesting stuff like flooding other units and just basically managing to break otherwise strong formations, and therefore be quite useful for opening the door for a follow-up phalanx charge, for example. So we'll just kind of bring you in a little bit over here. Just kind of now we're just basically, we're sandwiching these guys. Like, you never want to be sandwiched between two phalanxes. That's where death happens, like we saw with the Nile Spearmen earlier. And now these guys are just being cut down. These guys have started to break out of the phalanx and are just using their short, actual little stabby swords. And the last guy goes down. Should be job done. Oh no, there was another guy there. We stabbed him. That's fine. Stabbed in the face. Lovely. That's the job done. Marvellous. Right, while we just deal with that, Claire, carry on.
Charlie gave us Sorry, a shout out to Charlie who gave us $5 and said, I know you've made jokes about it before, because you're mean. Editorializing mine, obviously. But will you ever actually play anything from Dragon Age? Pretty please, with cherries on top.
I feel like I almost feel kind of obliged to at this point because I feel bad for the various things.
You were horrible.
Yeah, I think so, yes. Not imminently, but yes, I do think so, yes.
Oh my god, he said it.
But don't expect necessarily like a big full playthrough of Dragon Age 1, 2, 3. It'll be like a mini-series, probably like The Witcher 1 was. I think is the more likely scenario. Right, I think we're looking to wrap up here, Claire. So, do you want to try and...
Yeah, we're up to the one final comment from Super Chat that I've kept in store for about half the stream because I thought it would do well at the end.
Okay.
With, of course,
okay.
the commenter's permission.
Yes.
Our good friend, Sir Roderick Quincy von Thunderbottom, the Magnificent High King of Australia.
Of course, very good.
Gave us $2 Australian.
Uh-huh.
And said, John, here's a Super Chat. Now, sing Mulan's I'll Make a Man Out of You.
Oh, I don't know the words. I know some of the words.
I pulled those words up for you, obviously, because I'm so good at this.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Thank you for that, Claire, taking away my only excuse.
Yeah. This is why the chat loves me.
Alright, here we go, alright. Do we need to do the whole thing? I don't know... I don't actually know the tune of some of the mid bits. Like, I know how it begins, and I know the... I might need your help for the tune.
I'm sorry, what?
I might need your help
What
for
do
the...
you mean my help for the tune?
I know how it begins, and I know, like, the bass, and I know the basic flow of the actual chorus.
John, I can't do the tune.
But I don't. Okay, I can do the beginning because I know it means let's get down to business to defeat the. Wait, to go down at the bottom, is it to defeat the Huns? Did they send me? I can't remember. Did they send me daughters when I asked for? Does it go down at the end of the first line?
I can't music for you, John. You know this. I can't do any song if I don't know it. This is gonna
struggle because I can't remember the tune. Let's get down to business. I think it goes down at the beginning. Oh, you know what? Let's just skip to the important bit. I'll make a man out of you. And also, we'll just skip forward a bit. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon. That's the important bit. Everyone just wants mysterious. Everyone just likes mysterious as the dark side of the moon. That's the best bit.
Yeah.
I assume that's the chorus saying "Be a man."
Did you want me to in fact look up a karaoke version on YouTube?
No, that's fine. And also would not be allowed.
Because the chat is saying, yeah, no, that's right. That wouldn't be a transformative work, so it's not allowed.
Not allowed. We can't put the actual music on. We can't put the actual music on. That is
Bless copyright
That is
law.
not allowed. That's not. Okay, we failed on that front. We failed on that front because we couldn't figure out the bloody tune. But we've actually a lot of singing in this part. We've had a lot in this part. Right, let's wrap up here. As we come up on 8:30. Because over on the main channel, momentarily, we're going to have Total War, Warhammer 2, and then later tonight, we are going to have Skyrim's good. Skyrim's the episode where we make all the new gear. We've got some.
I like this one.
I know, we've got some really sexy, exciting new gear coming in Skyrim. And then tomorrow, Medieval 2 Total War, so they are well set for Total War over the weekend, as well, of course, as more Fallout 4 Frost. And then on Monday, make sure you don't miss the flipping 300,000 subscriber special. It's the Excel. People are not happy with my singing, I'm guessing.
Shout out to the Sultan who said United Kingdom, 12 points. Which I quite like.
Oh, that's, I'm at least as good as the people we sent to Eurovision for no well-explained reason. I'm at least that good, damn it. Have I repaired? Yeah, I've repaired the gate already. So the gate's under control. We got some troops repaired. We've actually got some archers to defend ourselves with on this occasion, which is nice, and some cavalry too. So if we come under attack again from a small force like that, We've actually got this sorted. Now what I really need to do, next time, ladies and gentlemen, which will be coming up in 2 weeks, there'll be another more kind of a one-off next week. We need to, one, get a spy down to Arabia, figure out what's down there, and clear the Parthians for good out to the south of the map. And then it's time to push up against their town, their main capital here, Asarkia. If we can just push them out of there, then the Parthians will be not defeated because they've got another town up here, but they'll be as good as eliminated. We won't be seeing them round these parts again. Now, if we can do that before the people of Pontus and Armenia inevitably backstab us, that'll be flipping marvellous. And if Pontus decide they want to attack Greece, that'll be great too. Meanwhile, our strongest army down here, down in Egypt itself, hanging out on this bridge. What the Egyptians do next will make a big, big difference. We've got no archers here. This is a real great big blunt hammer, a sledgehammer, if you will, of force down here in Egypt. So if we can take Memphis, probably sap the walls, do some actual sapping, good suggestion there, get in there, draw the big army south, we might be able to take them out in one great big massive fight in Egypt proper, and then we should be able to mop Egypt once and for all, because this is the only 3 cities they've got left. They are very, very much in trouble, and we now know for certain they have not actually taken over Petra. So they don't own anything else in the world. They're fighting for their survival right now. We've got to knock out Egypt, and we've got to eliminate Parthia as well, and we've got to do all of that, yeah, before the people of Pontus and Armenia turn us, as well as the Greeks, because they will sooner or later. That's a scary-ass force just chilling out on roads, very close by Halicarnassus, which I remind you is currently defended by a single unit of peasants.
Great.
Who therefore are probably not going to do a great job. So, next time, probably, we're going to want to try and secure the south. That's the big mission next time. If we can knock out Egypt and knock Parthia out to the south, we will have done a really good job carving out a really nice little Middle Eastern empire here. So, that is looking pretty darn good. And Claire is also bringing my attention to thank you to the new sponsors who have just joined up. Thank you to IC Vader.
That's it.
Oh, thank you to IC Vader.
Well, I just pointed to one person.
Excellent. I don't know if we've been seeing much in the way of the. We have got the Rome Total War unique icons that are just for the sponsors.
Yeah, we do. It's a little bit tricky because we as owners of the channel and moderators can't really
We're not allowed to use. I'm not allowed to use them.
You're not?
I think I get them.
Oh my god.
I know.
Okay, well, we don't get...
Well, you're logged in as me, aren't you? You can log in as me.
I can log in as you, I don't for the chat.
Yeah,
because
okay.
I want to make it really clear that you don't have the chat in front of you when we're doing these. But yeah, we can't use them, so we can't show them to you, but there are special emotes, and there are special Rome ones as well.
Yeah, we've created a little Seleucid helmet,
them,
which is
yeah.
really cool. So for those people who want to do that, that is the thing there. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there's people now spamming them in chat.
Spamming. Thank you very, very much indeed to all the sponsors. Thank you very much to all the Super Chat people. You guys are the ones that mean we actually do this. Thank you very much to the patrons as well. To the patrons, don't worry. The Patron cast submission thread will be going up tonight. So your lovely, lovely John-centric Patron cast will be coming to you very, very soon as well. So watch out for that coming later tonight. Yeah.
Shout out to Snowdo who just sent us €2 just now. So I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone.
Excellent. And yep, I think that is us done for now.
Did you want to remind people that the pre-order?
Yep, the pre-order window for the brand new merchandise that is doing the rounds right now is just coming to a close tomorrow. So if you want to get the lovely new MATN pin badge or the new MATN flip mug, or in the pre-order for those closing momentarily, or ready to ship immediately right now, the traditional classic MATN t-shirt and mug, the lovely, lovely ones with the MATN logo on them.
And just to be clear, when the pre-order finishes on Sunday, you'll still be able to buy the pins and the flip mugs. It's just that in case, you know, we run out of the amount that we've ordered, there might be a little wait.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yep, so that is that. But yep, thank you all so very much for joining me today. How many people did we have floating around in the end? Like, it was about 1,500, did you say?
Yeah, something like that. We're now at 1,400.
Fair enough. I think we had about 1,500. So that's a lovely, lovely turnout there. So, I will see you back with Rome in 2 weeks' time, and next week something else, a lovely little one-off. I think I know what it wants to be. I don't want to say because I might change my mind if something new comes in the next week. I check you off. Yeah, Claire sees the calendar, the schedule I keep, little Google calendar that shows what video is supposed to go out when. It gets shuffled and awful flipping lot. But I do have an idea what it's going to be. It's something you've seen on the channel before, not that long ago, that went down really, really well. And I think it would make a fantastic live stream. So potentially, unless nothing else comes up, we will actually be seeing something that you've seen before. I think some of you will be very pleased to see back. But in the meantime, I've been John.
I've been Claire.
This has been Many a True Nerd. Thank you all so very, very much for joining us here tonight. And goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'll make a man out of you.